And we're here! We made it! The stream's only disconnected twice so far. But it'll... Knock
I'm
on
the
wood.
charm.
That's okay, we're here. Welcome back, this wonderful Thursday evening. We're here with another, DM Chronicles original one-shot tonight for you guys. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started, because, we got in a couple minutes late thanks to that last disconnect. It won't happen again, though, unless it does, in which case, I will be pressing charges against my university. But anyway, let's go ahead and get through with, introductions. So James, if you would like to go ahead, introduce yourself, your character.
I am James. I am from England. I also help Bravin with his legal cases against universities and their poor internet connections. Today, I am playing a high elf called Jonah, who is a urban bounty hunter who specializes with a double-bladed scimitar. I think that's how you say it, isn't it, Bravin? Scimitar.
Yeah.
Scimitar. Yeah, cool. Why not? And is a Psi warrior fighter. Backstory? Who knows? I've not based it on anyone. Oh, it's bloody Darth Maul, isn't it? It's Darth Maul. Just realised that what I was making there. Sorry.
100% confirmed scimitar. Thank you for the confirmation there.
That's how the elves pronounce it.
Yeah, and then if you also want to talk about Dragon Wheels.
Of course. I was really tempted to just be like, what are you talking about, Brav? And then it just make you sound mental. But I'm not going to do that. I host-run a Twitch stream called Dragon Wheels, where we play kind of one-shot tabletop games and a campaign which we have taken. Well, this last week we've been relatively quiet, but next Thursday we should be back with our Retroverse campaign, where Nonny and other attractive people come and play D&D, but set in like a weird 80s 90s retroverse of the mind. That I'm not selling it very well. Just come. Please watch it. Please watch it.
It's good. It's good. Definitely go watch it.
I'm very lonely.
James needs to make friends in Twitch chat. So
I need the affirmation of strangers to prove to my mum that my life is not a complete waste of time.
Mm-hmm. And that was Dragon Wheel 00, right?
Yeah.
Cool, yeah. And feel free to pop that link in the chat if you want, so that people can easily hop on over and drop you a follow. Our other guest tonight, we have Nani, if you'd like to introduce yourself and your character.
Hi, I am Nani. I am a spooky nerd from Edinburgh. When the world isn't ending, do theater, but right now I'm just playing a lot of D&D. And today I'm going to be playing Luke Pluck, who is a Kinku rogue. Someone once tried to call him Loot Pluck, but she just misheard. Do be prepared for a lot of pronoun switching here, because I have no idea on gender. It's gonna change moment to moment.
All right. So you have the gender fluid Luke Pluck tonight.
Yeah, and the backstory is corvids are cool.
Not to be confused with COVID, which is not cool, kids.
No. Oh, I get my second vaccine jag at the end of the month. I am hyped.
Oh, that's exciting.
So hyped. Yeah.
I'm too healthy to get the vaccine. I'm gonna be waiting ages before they give it me.
And then Nani, how can people find you online?
People can find me on Twitter. I'm typing. So I'm on Twitter as @NonnyPlod. I post up there if you like sad posting, if you like stories about cats, or if you like horror theater, which I will eventually be doing again. you can follow me there, and I will be typing Twitter. Where's the app? That is me posting that in chat. I think. Did that post? No, it didn't. There we go.
No. There it is.
There it is.
Okay. There it is. Awesome. Yeah, so definitely go drop her a follow, show her some support over on Twitter. And yeah, so from me, I have a couple of announcements I want to talk about in terms. Okay, we're connected again. Oh boy. That's really fun. So I was talking about announcements. Anyway. So a couple things. First of all, I'm starting to be a bit more active in my Discord server. So I am now using my Discord server as a place to sort of bounce ideas off of, the community and people that are just interested in listening. So I have it as sort of like an insider kind of thing. So yeah, if you want to be like the first to hear about what's going on with the channel, the projects I'm working on, things like that, I'll be doing that in my Discord server to show that stuff off. It's also the best place to be if you're trying to come play on the stream as well. So yeah, I just wanted to give that a quick shout out. Yeah, that's really the one thing that I had. So, with that being said, and with our hopefully stable and unwavering internet connection tonight, let's go ahead and get started, shall we?
Yes.
So
let's start.
I've got my gaming Space Invaders at the ready.
Awesome.
I have got my notes app open so I can remember the names of things that you say.
Got it. So, and there will be names. So tonight's one-shot is taking place in the village of Dew Spring, which is a small village built onto a lake called Ogginson Lake, which is deep within the Danamorian forest. You got all those names, James?
Danamorian.
Danamorian, yes. So the town was built onto the bank of the lake, but then built into it onto wooden boardwalks that are jutting out of the water. The lake is also the only known place in Danamore where bamboo grows naturally, so it is very commonly used in the construction of the buildings and the boardwalks in the town. Even the villagers themselves used sharpened bamboo spears to hunt in the forests.
I thought you were going to say the villagers themselves are made of bamboo.
Oh man, that's a missed opportunity, huh? So yeah. Also, it's a big source of income for the village as well. They will farm and export the bamboo to other places in Danamore or even outside the country, because it's a pretty valuable resource. So, the two of you will be starting in a tavern called the Jazzy Bee.
This is my favourite tavern ever so far. I don't care what's in it. The Jazzy Bee Tavern.
Honestly, I would go for a night out there.
I think we're about to.
Yeah, like I said, you're starting there. So inside, unsurprisingly, the furniture made of bamboo, and there's grass mats on the ground that give it a very green, natural vibe within the interior. The tavern itself is out on the boardwalk end of town, and is actually not even connected directly to the boardwalk, but rather floats next to it, and is tied off with a few hempen ropes that keep it in place. So the tavern, while you're inside it, bobs ever so gently on the water, and sometimes if too many people are, sitting on one side, it'll even list a little bit.
I'm role playing.
Cool.
So
Working on
long
your sea
thing.
legs. It's just a lake, so the waves aren't very big.
If my character was more mischievous, he would be running backwards and forwards either side, and then like throwing himself into the wall. But my character is not like that.
Have either of you guys seen Flushed Away?
Yes, I have.
Do you know the House of the Lassie in Flushed Away? It does. I've watched Flushed Away about 10 times within the past 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Because work.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh.
all I can think.
I was going to say, is this a cry for help? But it's because of work. That's fine.
So. I
Amazing.
mean, also yes, it's Aardman, but it's not Aardman at their best. Sorry, tangent.
Okay, so like I said, tonight's one shot will start with you two in the Jazzy Bee. It is currently pretty late, starting to become dusk, and the tavern is very lively, with men and women, villagers. Seems to be a near half and half mix between humans and half-orcs as the town's population. And the barkeep himself is a half-orc as well.
Very nice.
Very nice.
In that case, I will walk up to the barman and say, "What is your name, sir?"
Name's Tanita. Good to meet you.
Did you
Tanator?
say Tenator?
Tanator.
Tanator.
Oh,
Very
wait,
good.
sorry. His name is now Jazzy Jones.
Jazzy Jones.
Thank you, Jonesy, for the for redeeming the name, Jen. Name's Jazzy Jones. Pleasure to meet you. That's honestly such a better name than Tanator. I wish I
Yes,
could have that myself.
I assume the tavern is named after you.
Well, I had a run-in with some of
A
those.
bee.
More than one.
My companion and I are from out of town. We are bounty hunters and are seeking work. Do you know of anyone in search of another person which we might kill or bring back alive, depending on the job?
Well, I hope you're not here to kill.
Not yet. No, I'm sure Jazzy Jones. No one would want your head on a stick.
Well, I sure hope
Yeah,
not.
A bamboo stick? No. And then I'll put like a few gold on the table and say, if you hear of anything, please send them our way. We will be drinking over there.
Actually, there is
He's
a
just
rumor.
pointing at like the shadiest looking corner.
Yes, and then I put my hood up.
So as he takes the gold pieces, there's a rumor. Something strange happening.
In the
Who's gonna
neighborhood.
call?
There we go. We both went there.
Hard Knock, thank you for the sub. Really appreciate the support. There's been
Continue.
rumors of something strange happening over on their mound of dirt in the middle of the lake, not too far out from shore. Too small to really be considered an island of sorts, but
And what strange things are occurring on this mound?
well, there's been rumors that a demon has been sighted. Strange sounds coming at night. But no one's brave enough to go out there. Not many fighters in this village.
Very interesting. Well, I'm afraid my companion and I, as is the code of our guild, do not work for free.
Well, as long as it stays on that island, that's okay with me. So you'd be hard-pressed to find someone with enough coin in their bag to take care of what seems to be more of a faraway problem.
Well, if it becomes a nearby problem and the town want to pull together, I'm sure we can come to some arrangement.
I'll keep that in mind. In the
Bravin, do you
meantime,
like the character voice I'm doing, by the way?
I do. I really do.
So it's good. I'm basing it off of Spock. Carry on. Sorry.
Now, would you like something to drink?
Yes. Yes, my companion and I would like something to drink. The usual, Luke?
The usual.
Very good.
And what is the usual for a couple of travelers?
2 wines, please.
Why?
A bottle of rosé, if you have it.
Could I interest you in the dim prayer?
Is that a drink or some sort
It
of
is.
religious... Oh, in that case...
A little bit
yes,
of both.
A bottle of rosé. If you don't have any rosé, a white and a red will do, and we'll mix them together. And the dim prayer, or whatever it is you just said.
Well, I don't have white, but I have red.
Red will do fine.
So a bottle
and
of
what
red and a dim prayer?
Yes, please. Unless this is some sort of prank you're about to play on me.
Yes, unless it's a prank. No, it's not a prank. Okay, so he turns around, grabs a couple things off of the shelves behind him. And you get a bottle of red wine and a tankard that is also filled with red wine that has an apple slice stuck onto the rim.
Double red wine it is. And then I'll take them over and with my put my hood up so I look cool, and then sit in the corner with my Kenku friend.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have to put my head up or anything because, as
You're
I
a
did
crow.
previously say, corvids are cool.
Yeah, you're already cool. I've got to work hard.
Mm-hmm.
You're just making up the difference.
I'm trying to bring up the average.
Yeah, she's actually just sat there in like a really dorky t-shirt, like she's got braces and everything. Still super cool because crow.
Nice.
That's true.
A cross-dressing electrician. Amazing. I love this character development.
Yeah, they're developing your character for you in the chat.
All right.
Very good.
So,
We sit in the corner, and I'm gonna certainly try this dim prayer first.
okay.
A dim prayer for you, friend.
For me.
One of the patrons in the bar comes and there's a human fellow comes and sort of elbows you as you're drinking the dim prayer, which is it's just red wine. There's nothing else in it.
Great.
You're not from
No
around here,
complaint.
are you?
around
What
here?
gave it away?
Well, there's
Was it the hood, or was it the bird man person?
More of this, and gesturing to your drink. It's like they say it's bad luck if you finish your wine before you finish the slice.
So we should have the slice.
First,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna pluck up the entire slice and then just swallow it whole.
All right.
I just like put it and just like.
Bad luck averted.
Indeed. What brings you two in town?
We are bounty hunters, searching for work. We had to leave the city after some unpleasantness.
Oh, do tell.
I just love all the backstory you're giving.
No, don't. No, we shouldn't talk about it now.
I see. I
Oh,
understand.
if you
Everyone
want, I
has
can-
their
I can-
secrets.
I
I
can tell you
apologize.
about it.
It's rude to pry.
I can tell you about it, but it will very closely follow the plot of Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
I would never know. I've not seen that film.
The story of a man having an affair with a woman whilst Jennifer Aniston watches at home with everyone else. That's when Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie got. Anyway, I guess carry on.
Hey Maka, welcome to the stream. We're just getting started, so well, if you want to tell, that's fine. If not, let me buy you a drink either way.
Of course. We've got 2 jugs of wine currently, but further red wine would not go amiss. What is your name, stranger?
Get poised.
Michael. Name's Michael. Pleasure to meet you.
Name?
And you?
My name is Jonah. This is my companion, Luke Pluck.
Jonah and Luke. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Now, Jazzy. A round of foggy grogs for us 3.
Is that another name for red wine?
Not actually.
Okay.
Hey!
All they sell is red wine, but with different names.
Hard Knock,
With a slight
thank you for the
garnish.
gift sub. And, Maka, congrats on getting a gift sub from Hard Knock. Make sure you thank them for their generosity. And enjoy having access to the emote now. Sub badges are still on the way. They're in process, but emotes are coming. And welcome to the chat.
Siren
Draco.
Draco.
Yeah. Where's the Oliver emote? I haven't unlocked my second emote yet. It's in the works, as you can see from the little bar at the top of the screen there. But anyway, yeah, welcome everybody. We're just getting started, so sit down, make yourselves comfortable, and enjoy the one-shot we planned for tonight. So yeah, the bartender brings 3 tankards of what appears to be a white and frothy alcohol, a grog of sorts. Not a very expensive drink.
Cheapskate.
I made grog once.
Is this in character or out of character?
No, out of character. It's like rum washed with lime juice.
Oh yeah, I think I've tasted. I don't know if it was yours, but it was certainly up in Edinburgh. Someone said, "Here's some grog. Have this." I made it myself in my bar.
I only did it in the last year, so I very much doubt it was mine. But
No.
Well, Jazzy made these himself, so.
Oh. Well, I'll have a sip of it. Is it any good?
It's okay.
Yeah, I'll keep drinking it to be polite.
It tastes a little watered down, but not the worst drink you've ever had.
What is the worst drink I've ever had, Bravin?
Why are you asking me?
I don't know. I just
Actually no. The worst.
it is the worst drink.
The worst drink you ever had. It was called actual torture. And you had to eat 2 spoonfuls of salt before you drank it. Okay, I'm pretty sure I fixed it. We're back now. The drink was, in fact, so bad that it crashed the stream. I think that's the last time that'll happen. I'm fairly confident I fixed it. Yeah, knock on wood. So, thanks for being patient with us, everyone. So yeah, where were we? The worst drink you ever had, yeah. It destroyed everything, so.
Let's not talk about it any further.
You try to forget.
Oh yeah, that's why I drink so much.
Hopefully better than that.
Cool. So I'll drink the grog and say, Michael, do you have employment for us?
And what sort of employment? You said you were bounty hunters, yes?
Yes, but as you can tell by my large weapon over there, we are efficient at killing most things.
It's a generous offer, but we've had peace recently. No issues. I'm not sure your services are needed here in town.
In Dewspring.
Mhm.
Well,
In
very
Dewspring.
well.
I have a question for people who understand the lore of D&D better than me.
Mm-hmm.
How far does the mimicry thing with Kenku go? Like, are they like immediate mimics, or do they store it up in their heads?
I actually do know this. They store it like for a long time, and so they cut their own voice, so they just copy everyone's voice they've ever heard. So you could feasibly have heard someone say stuff years and years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. 'Cause I have a question, and I want to ask it. There's no way for me to remix what you said into it. If we're not needed, why'd you buy us a drink?
Just to be friendly.
Okay.
Can I roll insight on this dude? It might just be because Bravin's playing him. Like Bravin himself is quite suspicious looking, but
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
cool. I don't know what my actual insight is. But I rolled an 11, and it's plus. Am I trained in it? No. 12.
12? As far as you can tell, he was just buying you a drink to be friendly.
Oh, fair enough. Michael, we will, in that case, spend the evening here with you fine folk and be on our way in the morning.
And that's
Well.
the end of the stream, folks.
If only it were that easy. Sometimes you can't find the work has to find you.
That's the way it works.
I would certainly welcome you joining me for a few more drinks tonight.
Yes, perhaps a round of dice.
Oh?
More drinks.
And drinks, yes, of course.
And drinks. And he takes a big swig from his grog.
I too will take a big swig.
Here's it.
So to get the plot moving a little bit, so as you guys are
Normally we would have derailed it by now. Sorry, Bravin.
No, it's okay. As you're conversing with Michael and drinking and all of that, you hear outside the sudden whip and snap of what it sounds like ropes fraying and snapping and like whipping and coming against the building from tension.
I could have seen this happening.
Hello, Feigned. And then the door doesn't open, but there starts to be scratching. Small scratching, like that of like a small animal or a cat or something like that.
Oh, cats.
About that size. Not very loud, just a gentle scratching at the door. And everyone, like, a lot of people don't seem to have noticed. But Michael is kind of looking around. You see, like, a couple of other people that were near the front of the building to hear that. Kind of, like, looking around a bit confused.
Michael, is this normal?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I'm not sure what that was.
I put one hand on my my scimitar.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Here, let me go check. Says
no,
Michael.
no, Michael. Allow me.
Oh, I'm sure it's nothing
Um,
dangerous.
Oh, okay, let me walk behind you.
If you insist.
Sure, maybe it's new travelers.
Scratching on the door.
Well, you know,
Could be
there's...
Baxi.
It could be a tabaxi. Fair point, Luke. Fair point.
It could be a tabaxi. So Michael goes over and opens the door, and as soon as he does, you see you sort of catch like a small blur of something dart in and immediately go like run into the tavern, disappearing between the feet and legs of the patrons. And Michael kind of jumps back and he's like, "What was that?"
Did I catch a glimpse of it?
Make a perception check.
Aha. 7.
7. You
rolling very well today.
You just saw like a small blur. I'll keep using cat. It's not a cat, but it was the size of a cat.
Like maybe a terrier or something. Like a terrier.
Like a terrier.
This.
A large rabbit.
I'll keep an eye out, but shrug and go and kind of just sit back down with Luke.
Okay.
Be on your guard, Luke. Something doesn't feel quite right here.
Hey, Jonah, was it?
Yes?
And he opens the door the rest of the way, and, sort of, like, points to and he's like, I think this might be an issue.
I walk back.
Looking back, you can see that the tavern has started to drift away from the boardwalk, and is now floating, like, out into the lake.
Oh, shit. Mr. Jones.
Put taverns on a boat.
Mr. Jones, your tavern seems to be escaping.
Excuse me? Hold on. And like some he's like serving some other people on the other side of the bar.
Yes, I think this is slightly more urgent, Jazzy.
More urgent than ale?
Yes, we seem to be floating away. No, we're floating away from the shore.
Floating away? That's not possible.
It may not be possible, but
I
it is
checked them out
happening.
this morning.
Look, Jazzy, my man, look out the door.
Oh, well, that's quite peculiar, isn't it? Looking out the door.
This is a very understated reaction.
I
Would you
love
look
this.
at that?
Everyone is just really calm in this game. I'm gonna go. So
I mean,
can
we
I
still
go?
have drinks, don't we?
Yeah, fair enough. I'm gonna go and look outside of the window. Like, are there windows in here?
Actually, follow-on question from that. Is it like a boat that has a sort of a walkway around the outside, or is it just like the door and then?
Yeah, there's really there's like a couple planks on the front for you to step off of the boardwalk and into the front door, but it doesn't wrap around. It's just right in front of the door.
Are there windows?
Yeah, there's a few windows, but there's with the torches inside lit and with it being like the sun is set at this point, so it's pretty hard to see since it's dark outside and light inside. But if you go right up to the window, you can see out.
Yeah, I was hoping to go straight up to the window, like in the direction that we're heading towards, and see if we're heading towards a big mound.
Okay, so yeah, so it's kind of like it's floating backwards or like back away. So there's no windows like back behind the bar or anything like that, because it's just covered in like either like barrels of like ale or grog or like shelves and stuff like that. But you
Jazz.
can catch like out of one of the side windows, sort of taking like a peek. There's a bit of moonlight, and it's hard to tell. You can see like the big expanse of the lake, and you can barely see what looks to be like the little silhouette of a barely raised little bit of land out in the lake. But more obvious thanks to a number of trees that are actually growing on the island.
Cool. And is that the direction that we're headed?
Generally, you're not moving very fast. Just kind of gently drifting with the current.
Jazzy, that faraway problem we discussed earlier is getting closer by the second.
And then, from across the bar, you hear someone yell, "Hey, what are you doing?" And then you see, what appears to be a small, brown-furred, creature, that is sort of, like, on someone's head, like, holding on to their hair, and has, a tankard of, some drink, and they're pouring it onto the head of someone else. They have, like, little pointy ears and big black eyes.
Cute.
And fangs, too. When
Oh.
they turn to see your face.
Aw.
Would we have to roll something to know what it is?
If you want to roll a nature check, you can try to identify it.
I'm gonna roll a nature check.
Yeah, filthy 20.
Okay. Are you gonna roll one too, or?
I
No.
mean, I feel like there's probably no.
Go on, Nonny, go on.
You might get a nat 20.
Oh, the creature's come out of the game and it's behind you, Nonny.
14? Okay. Honestly, it's, not something you've ever encountered before.
In that case, I'll walk slowly up to it. I've still got my scimitar in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
But I go, hello there, little fellow.
We tried to catch it.
It looks over, like, as you start to walk across the tavern, it turns and looks over, and seeing you having your weapon drawn, screeches, and it starts to jump around from head to head of people's, like, they start to, like, freak out, definitely not calm anymore, and you just hear, like, screaming and sort of, like, general chaos as this little creature is jumping around.
Oh dear.
So can I attempt to calm the creature with low cooing noises?
Make an animal handling check.
Oh shit! I was hoping that you'd say persuasion. So that will be a 7.
A 7? You
This
so
is
yeah,
going
you
really
try to
well,
calm
guys.
it down. And you sort of lost it in the crowd for a moment. Before you hear another louder scream. As you can see, there's a half orcish man appears, and the creature is on his arm and has sank its fangs into his arm as he's like waving it around, trying to get it off, but it's like latched on.
Oh no.
It's like
But
get
what
it
if
off,
it's
get it
so
off, get it
bad?
off.
I really want to pet it as well, but it's just it's attacking people now. Can I try and run and I don't know if this is possible. No, it's not possible. I'm gonna chop his bloody arm off. But I'm gonna try and get closer to it
Okay.
to try and
Try and grab it.
Try and grab it.
Yeah.
All right. Can you make an athletics check?
Oh, 17.
17. All right. Let's see. This is my first roll of the night, so let's see how this goes. Need to check its stats. Okay. All right. So yeah, you sort of walk over to this villager who's sort of freaking out with it on its arm, and then just reach and like put your hand around its body and start and have like a bit of tug of war with like this guy and this thing on his arm, And it's got like a very tight latch.
Yeah.
But eventually you are able to pry it off. And you now have
I'm
this thing in your hand.
I'm very calm as I'm doing it, and like so, she's like to the guy, we're like, "No, calm down, don't fight it, don't fight, calm on, calm down now. There we go. Yes, good." And then I kind of just hold it up and go, "Does this belong to anyone?"
I am immediately petting this not cat.
It's just kind of like, I mean, you see as he's holding it up, with its crazed eyes and blood dripping from its fangs. It's not a very friendly creature. So you're trying to pet it?
Yeah.
Robin, you
described it as furry.
You painted a very cute picture of this thing.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Like, I know you probably want us to kill it, but you've made it look really cute in my mind, in our mind.
Okay, so Luke, as you reach out to pet it, it's gonna bite you.
I own a cat. I'm used to this.
Right, I rolled a natural 20.
Oh!
Okay, well, I'm dead. What's the damage?
So that is going to be... Oh, I rolled really low on that. 3 points of piercing damage.
Cool.
And then 3 more points of poison damage.
Now, can I expend one of my psionic dice to reduce that damage with protective field? I roll a d8 plus my intelligence modifier, and basically it's like creating a shield of telekinetic force which protects someone from damage, as long as I can see them and they're within 30 feet of me. Okay,
and you can do that after, like, the damage has been...
I assume it is meant... It says, when you or another creature within 30 feet of you takes damage, you can use your reaction to expend 1 psionic energy dice and reduce the damage taken by the number rolled. Plus, I assume it happened. You can say it after the damage has been rolled.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead and roll that then.
So that's 7.
Okay, so that'll be all the damage then.
Nice. I pet the not cat.
So my eyes will kind of flare up with kind of purple energy, and as it goes to bite, it kind of bites kind of onto a hard shield I've created with my mind.
Nice. Alright,
I don't think it's very friendly, Luke.
Not very friendly yet.
Hey.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hurry, throw that thing out of here! What are you doing? Don't just stand there with it. It's like, flailing around and like snarling and screeching at people.
Yeah, I feel I should.
Actually just describing my average morning right now. You do realize that.
I look at Luke and say, "I'm very sorry, Luke," and then I walk to the door and try and throw it out.
Okay. So it's gonna try to break free.
I thought it might.
So can you make another athletics check?
Yes, I mean, I'm surprised I made the first one. Strength as it's not my strong suit.
Right.
Still not bad. So 14.
14? Okay, yeah, it's like squirming around in your hand, but still can't, manage to, you managed to keep it from escaping.
It's about to escape when I throw it into the lake.
Okay.
Yeet!
Yep.
Alright. Are you just throwing it, like, as far as you can? Are you just giving it, like, a little toss?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go, safe travels!
Okay. So as you step out the door, and you take it and, sort of underhand and toss it, you said you were trying to throw it as far as you could?
Yes, but not towards the mound.
Okay. Well, if you're going out the front door, that would be away from it. So just out in the water. Okay. Roll a strength check.
I can't believe this. I've made a fighter with strength as his dump stat, and all I've rolled is strength check so far. 13.
13. Okay. So yeah, you throw it a fair distance out, and you see, through the dark, after a short distance, it's hard to see it anymore. But then you hear, just a light splash as it gets thrown into the water.
Problem solved.
And immediately
never
after,
saw it again. Okay.
two of them, which had been on the outside of the building, like on
Shit.
the walls, both jump at you.
Fuck, it's gremlins, isn't it? It's gremlins.
You better hope it's not gremlins, because you just throw one into a lake.
I know, that's what I was worried about.
Okay.
How does it feel to be on the other side of this, James?
I know. I'll be rolling initiative, boy.
Well, this will be a surprise attack, and then roll initiative. Only one of them is going to hit you. They're both sort of coming at you with claws, small little needle-like claws in their hands, and scratching at you. One of them manages to get a light scratch, sort of like on the side of your face, and that's going to deal 3 damage to you, 3 slashing damage.
You still make me sound really endearing.
My beautiful face.
You know, anytime you use the word little, no matter what you're describing, it makes me go, oh,
Would it help if,
they're little.
instead of saying little, can you say teeny? Teeny tiny.
Which is much less cute.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we can do initiative.
Yeah. So, oh, yes. Time to get fucked up, boys. 23.
Okay.
But 9.
Alright. Jonah, unsurprisingly, you'll be going first.
Thank you. It's unsurprising during the non-surprise round.
Yeah.
Lovely. Kind of with my, I imagine I had it hit in one hand and my double-bladed scimitar in the other hand. So I kind of instantly bring it up into kind of a defensive stance and then start trying to slash at the one that just bit into me.
Okay.
Or scratched me, sorry.
Yeah, that was a scratch attack.
Tiny claws. And I'm gonna, so I get 2 attacks and then a bonus attack on it as well. And I'm going to cast Booming Blade on it as well. So if it tries to move away from me, it'll take more damage. Cool. So first attack, it's a natural 20.
All right.
Do you want me to roll for all of them, or should I do damage as we go along?
Do damage as you go along, because you might end up killing it without using all your attacks.
That's fair. So 2, 3. Oh, I've got one of each. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 10 plus 13 slashing damage with the first attack.
So 23.
No, I rolled. So no, it's just 13. So normally it would be a 2d4 roll.
Gotcha. Okay. I just heard 10 plus 13.
No, sorry, it's 13 in total.
Okay. Yeah. So bringing your scimitar up to the one that just scratched you, sort of catching it in the air as it's sort of like trying to like scratch and then get back onto the wall next to you. You get a slash like up its abdomen, creating like a big scar sort of up its body, and then it latches onto the side of the building, and you can see blood sort of spilling out, but it sort of lets out like an angry snarl at you. So it's not dead yet.
Cool. In that case, I use my bonus action to use the other blade to kind of slice at it as well.
Okay.
It's still within.
Yeah, it hasn't really moved out of melee range or anything like that.
Perfect.
So it's still like right next to you.
Cool. So that's 15.
15. Yeah, that'll hit.
Cool. Doing a whopping 7 points of damage.
Okay, that's enough to do it. So, following up with your scimitar coming up and then back down as it's on the wall.
8 points. I've just realised I've been adding the wrong number, so that last one should have been +4. Anyway, carry on. Sorry.
Oh, it doesn't matter. After its first attack, it had 1 hit point left, so,
Should have killed it. Should have been 14, not 13. But it's fine.
Shit,
It's my fault.
bringing it back down, another slash, sort of across its abdomen, creating like an X pattern, having cut each way, and it falls off the wall, and sort of its limp body, falls like onto its back, on like the little mini platform right outside the door of the tavern.
And where's the second one?
The second one is basically on the opposite side of you. So like you had like one on your left and one on your right, sort of like on either side of the door.
Cool. So can I attack with my second attack on that one?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Cool. So that is 16.
That'll hit. And Thadox, to answer your question, the third player we had for tonight unfortunately got sick right before the stream, so they had to cancel. But that's okay.
Only 9 points of damage on that one.
9 points? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
But I imagine, in my head, it looks really cool, so I'm going to go...
It does, blade. Absolutely. Sort of hitting it on the wall as you know, almost going for the neck, but it sort of moves out of the way just enough where you miss completely decapitating it, and get a good slash across its back.
Okay, no, I'm going to use a psionic strike on it as well. So
okay.
Immediately after I hit a target, I can deal damage with it. So basically, like a bit like Gambit, I'll make my blade kind of glow as psionic energy hits it, doing a further 7 points of damage on top of that.
Okay, so you watch as the so it's psychic damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You watch as the eyes of this creature begin to fog up, and it lets out a quiet like groan and falls off the wall onto the other side of the little platform there, sort of convulsing.
Cool. And then I'm gonna use my movement to step inside and say, "There's more of them."
Okay. So that's the end of your turn?
Yes.
All
Sorry
right.
it took so long, Nonny.
You good? So Luke, it's your turn now.
Little conversation in chat. Sorry, my turn now.
Yes.
And there's still one that's more or less alive, did you say?
He killed them both.
Killed them. Did I then get distracted at just the wrong moment opening my Pepsi?
No, he killed them both.
There are more of them now? Oh.
There might be more.
I mean, you haven't checked.
I'm gonna have a little peek out the door.
Okay. Yeah, looking at the door.
So, like, just a little crack. Like.
Okay. Can
it's
you
kind
roll?
of awkward because the beak's quite big, so it's like difficult to get my eye actually next to the crack in the door. But
yeah. Can you roll a perception check?
yes, I can. Watch me roll like shit. What's my perception? So that will be a 10.
A 10?
Right. Okay, you know what? I'm switching dice.
Okay, so with that,
I'm out.
as you sort of close the door a bit to help protect yourself and take a peek, looking sort of around the outside of the building, you can see the two bodies that had been cut by Jonah just seconds ago, after having tried to like attack him by surprise. They're both sort of limp on the little outside platform, and glancing like up and around the outside wall, you don't see any shadows. Kind of hard to tell in the darkness, but yeah, you don't see anything that might be like more of them clinging outside.
Okay. I don't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna very gently close the door and step back.
Okay.
But I am, yeah. I just take a suspicious sip of my dim prayer.
Okay. Yeah, so you you close the door all the way.
Yes, very gently.
Okay. Yeah, so right after the door latches, you hear strange sounds from right outside the door, which sounds like the cracking of bones and the tearing of flesh. And they sort of go on for a couple seconds before there begins to be rabid and aggressive scratching at the front door again. Seems like multiple things are sort of scratching at it. And then you also see one of the windows to the left of the door. You can see a couple of eyes, barely illuminated as it's sort of peeking in. You see a snarling face of one of the creatures.
Is it bigger?
No.
No, this doesn't bode well.
This doesn't bode well. Nibble at Jammy Dodger.
Yeah, but Jonah always has a Jammy Dodger biscuit. This does not bode well.
So I'm still by the door.
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay if I continue to do things? I'm getting confused about initiative order here.
Yeah, I'd say that's fine.
Cool. I want to sort of like gesture all the kind of innocent patrons kind of away from the door.
Yeah.
Same.
The rapier.
Once people saw like the snarling fate and saw like Jonah, people had already started to back away, so they're starting to crowd and sort of like sift in behind the bar, trying to find like cover, things like that.
The boat starts to heal a little bit.
Yeah, starts to heal a little bit to the back, but that's okay.
Yeah, I want to kind of. I want to Jonah just like, and it's drawing the rapier with like one hand on the handle. Mm-hmm. Like, we gonna do this?
And then holding on, I just nod.
Cool. I think what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and get the both of us to slip out and close the door behind us.
There's nowhere to stand outside.
You said there were little. Right. Here's what I want to do. I want to get out of those wee planks that are outside. Then I want to climb on top of the tavern.
Smart.
Okay.
I don't want to let these things in, like all the like innocent drunk people.
So like I said, there had been they're scratching at the door right now. So do you want to open it right now?
I want to open it and stab at the same time to try and get them away.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Have a good night, Haydox. Thanks for stopping by for a little bit. Just wanted to say something to Theodox because said they had to go.
Oh. Hi.
So I didn't mean to interrupt you. So you're going to open the door and then try to like make an attack?
Yes, can I get them to back off so we can get out and hopefully up?
Okay.
That's what I want to do. I would fly up, but unfortunately I don't have wings anymore.
But that's not you. That's the whole race of Kenkus. That's
Yeah, and I still take it very personally. Thank you very much.
absolutely fair.
I
Absolutely
read
fair.
that much of the flavor text.
So, opening up the door, do you see that there's 3 of them immediately at your feet?
Okay.
Oh, I've got chills. They're multiplying.
Oh, we're losing control. Fuck.
I don't know if Brian's seen Grease. He might be too young for it.
I've seen bits of it. I don't think I've seen the entire movie.
Uh,
I don't know. With your what is it, psionics? The power you're supplying could be electrifying.
no, I think it's force damage actually, but yeah.
God damn it!
Okay, so
Right,
you're gonna make an attack?
Yeah.
She's gonna shape up.
Okay.
It's completely lost on you, Brian, but what we're doing is just gold, just so you know.
Okay.
I mean, if you're
It is completely going over my head.
then you'd be very glad that I'm not going for the character I nearly went for, which was a reference to an incredibly niche British sitcom from what is it, like the 90s?
Yeah, it was a long. It was before Brian was born, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I was born after the 90s, so.
Brian definitely has never watched Keeping Up Appearances with the character Hyacinth Bouquet.
That is true.
To be fair, it's very good. Anyway, I'm going to make this attack.
Okay.
Which, what? So that's a 12.
Okay. And you said you're attacking with a rapier?
Alright, yeah, that's with the rapier.
Okay. So seeing the 3 of the creatures, sort of taking a quick jab as you open the door, one of them jumps out of the way, and you just end up hitting the wooden floor.
Okay. Does that give us, even if it doesn't do damage, does that give us enough space to kind of slip out?
I mean, they're small enough that you can step over them. But since there's 3 of them, it would probably be pretty hard to get in without, like you wouldn't be able to, like, force all of them outside while stepping in. It would be hard to keep them from getting inside, basically.
Okay.
As a free action, can I whisper, let them in? It'll be free advertising for us.
I'm confused with the message in that advert. Like, I don't know if you have a clear vision on what we're selling or what our message is.
It's our brand. We're good at killing stuff.
I let one of them run between my legs for him to deal with while I kind of start to clamber up.
Okay, well, I mean, if you're gonna try to climb up, you're not gonna be able to hold any of them back. So they could all go inside.
Are you prepared to deal with that, James? Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so you're gonna sort of step over them and try to climb up?
Yeah.
Okay, you know that'll provoke attacks of opportunity, right?
Would that be a disengage?
Well, you've already attacked, so you've already used your action.
But she's a rogue.
No, I can.
Oh, that's right, you're a rogue, that's right.
Yeah, if I've made a melee attack, they don't get attacks of opportunity on me.
What subclass of rogue are you?
Swashbuckler.
Also, as a rogue, you have cunning action as well, so you can bonus disengage.
Yeah, no, that was what I was referring to.
Cool, okay.
Initially, that's why I was saying, oh, does that count as a disengage? Because I was saying, oh, that's a bonus action that I can do. But then I remembered fancy footwork.
Great song.
Okay, so you're gonna disengage and then try to climb up?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this tavern isn't very big, it's only a story, so the roof is only, like maybe 10 to 12 feet up. So
Okay.
yeah. What's your movement speed?
30.
30? Okay. I'll say with that, you're able to get up to grab the sort of the edge of the roof, but not high enough to pull yourself up.
Okay.
Cool.
These shits are about to bite my ankle, aren't they?
Let's see. I'm gonna say, let me grab another thing of dice.
Oh no. How quick I went from, oh, that's cute, to we shit.
Alright. So two of them immediately dart in to the open door, and sort of step in, look around to sort of take in the surroundings, and then it's like Jonah there with your weapons drawn, standing in front of like the entire crowd of the tavern back behind you, and so they kind of snarl and run in your direction, and one of them is going to make a bite attack, that will not hit. The other one is going to make a claw attack that'll also not hit. So, sort of scratching and biting and clawing at you, but unable to get through your armor as you kind of shake them off.
Cool. I always imagine it that I kind of just very quick and just dart about because my dex is just so damn high, and because of my feet, I kind of use my weapon as to add armor class. So like probably like knocking them side to side.
Yeah. So sort of.
I just want to stress how cool my character looks.
Absolutely. So the one that the one that was outside the window sort of starts to claw aggressively at the glass, and yeah, I'll say that's enough to get through. Yeah, you see that the glass start to crack and the cracks grow as they're clawing at it before they sort of put their paw through the edge and then start pulling the broken glass back to make an opening for them to crawl through. And then they sort of, once it's big enough, squeeze themselves through the hole with the broken glass in it and hop down onto the floor. The last one that's outside is going to climb up the outside and make an attack on Luke. What's your armor class?
15.
15? Okay, so that will hit. So like the little ankle biters they are, gonna come up and snatch and bite your ankle. That'll deal 2 piercing damage and 4 poison damage.
So I'm going to... so can I see it from where I am?
Yes.
So I'm going to use my reaction to half that, which would bring it to...
That would be 1 piercing and 2 poison then. So that's
I can
Uncanny dodge.
Yeah, dodge. Cool. Yeah, so basically, seeing it sort of dart up at you, you manage to yank, pull up your ankle, and rather than it latching on with its fangs, sort of just gets in a bit of a scratch. Okay, Jonah, it'll be your turn now.
So I got 2 on me, yeah?
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to do this similar maneuver to what I did outside. Yeah, so on the first one, well, probably without a critical hit this time, just normal attack on the first one. Oh, it was close. Got an 18 plus 7, 25.
Okay. Yeah, that'll hit.
So that is 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 4. So that's 9 points of damage with that first hit.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So making a strike at it, sort of slashing across its body, but it's not enough to kill it.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to slice it with the other scimitar.
Okay.
So that is a 16 plus 23.
Yeah, that hits.
And then 8 damage with the other one.
All right. Yeah, that's enough. So, yeah. Sort of with another slash on the other end of your scimitar. Sorry. Almost got that wrong.
You look like a right tit then.
Slicing the creature open as it tumbles away from you a couple of times. Sort of a pool of blood begins to form around its body.
And then can I, as a free action, shout to the crowd, "Someone set that thing on fire"?
Okay.
Just a theory I'm batting about at the moment.
Okay.
And then with my second attack, gonna with the other one.
All right, go for it.
So that's 17.
17 hits.
No, 19, but it's still a hit. Yeah.
Yeah. They don't have a very high AC.
And then I'm going to use again another psychic on this too.
Mm-hmm.
So that is so 3, 4 plus 4, 8 plus 7, so 15 points of damage.
Okay. That'll do it. So, with 15 points of damage, yeah, you make a strike at the creature, adding psychic energy, to the strike, causing it to, fly back, and with the force of your strike, it hits the back, or actually the front wall of the tavern right next to the door, and you see it slide down and slouch over, sort of foaming a bit from the mouth.
Jazzy Jones, get some fire!
Fire?
It's made of wood.
You don't want to set up...
You'll see in a minute.
We're not burning the tavern down.
Wouldn't be the first time, huh?
I'm yelling this like while still dangling.
I'm working on a theory.
Someone, it's not Jazzy, but someone else from the crowd. You see a bottle of some kind of alcohol fly across the tavern, and it hits the wall and spilling its contents all over the one that you just killed.
With my move action, then can I run to? So I'm engaged with the other one that just got through the window.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Cool. I will do that, and there's nothing else I can do.
All right. So that'll be the end of your turn. Luke, it's your turn now.
I'm gonna pull myself up onto the roof. Am I able to then take a shot at the one that's below me with my short bow?
Sure.
Yep. I'm gonna do that then.
I will say, like, as you climb up, it tries to make another swipe at your ankle, with its claws, but is way too slow, and you easily get out of range of it before it,
Cool. I got a 10. I'm assuming that misses.
Okay, yeah. So sort of climbing up, looking down, you draw your bow, and it goes flying straight down, right past the creature, barely missing, and you hear a little sploosh as it lands in the water below. Or, actually, no, sorry, because you climbed up from the thing. You hear a thunk as it lands in the wood of the platform that you climbed up from. It went straight down.
Fabulous. Oh, why am I rolling like shit today? God damn.
So is that it for your turn?
Yeah, that is it for me.
Okay. So back to you, Jonah. The one you just engaged with is going to make a bite attack on you. And that'll hit. So jumping out at you, and sort of latching onto your arm, sort of like that one was doing earlier with the half orcish villager. It is going to deal 3 piercing damage and 2 poison damage.
Cool. That's cool.
And then Luke. So it is going to sort of climb up to join you, climbing up beside you on the rooftop, and then lunge at you, and with its claws is going to slash at you and deal 5 slashing damage.
Cool. Would I be correct in saying that you can do a reaction once per round?
Yeah. So you get 1 reaction per round.
So I can do Uncanny Dodge again to
Yes.
half that?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
You can.
And is it rounded up or down?
It'll be rounded down, so that'll only be 2 damage then.
Nice. Because I did roll shit when I was rolling HP, so
Cool.
I want to reduce that damage as much as possible.
Awesome. Okay, Jonah, it is your turn again.
Cool. I'm just gonna attack this thing in front of me.
Okay.
Once. That's 21.
Yes, the 21 will hit. Definitely.
Good. And then 4 plus 4 is 8 again.
8
damage. Yeah. And then again, I think that's going to be a hit. That's 23. So an extra 4 plus 4. So another 8 damage. So 16 overall.
Alright, that'll do it. So with 2 quick strikes with your scimitar, making quick work of this creature.
Cool. And then can I try and I mean, I don't know if that's an action or not, but I want to get it off the boat. Like I want to try and punt it.
I'll say you can try to kick it as a free action, or as a bonus action.
I mean, I get another attack technically, so
oh, okay.
Like my second attack, so I could use that to try and
yeah, kick it.
Yeah, we can say that as your second attack, you'll like make that attack trying to sort of like as a shove instead of an attack. Yeah, technically with how shoves work, but I won't count this as like a shove, more just like a punt.
I mean, he's not fighting back, is he?
Yeah, so yeah, I'll allow it. So go ahead and make I guess athletics again, so
fucking hell. Okay,
making
14.
good use of the strength stack. Okay.
I know, right? Regretting my life choices currently.
Alright, so with a 14, you sort of line up and make a decent kick onto the corpse, missing the hole that it originally came out of, but it crashes right next to it, making another hole in the window as its corpse falls out into the water.
They were gonna have to like
try not to break too much, please.
Like you'd have to replace that window anyway.
It's fair enough.
And then I'm gonna use the rest of my move action to just go and stand between the two, well, near to the corpse of the previous ones.
Okay, which one?
The one close to the crowd.
Yeah. Okay.
Getting ready to punt that one out the door.
Cool. Luke.
Am I able to switch out my short bow for the rapier again?
Yes. Yeah, you can do that.
Cool. Cool. I'm gonna take a little stabby stab at the mister who's taking the swipe at me.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Finally, a decent fucking roll. That'll be 26.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit. Yeah.
Cool.
Without a doubt.
And it's just the two of us who are on the thing.
Yeah, it's
Who are on
just
the
you
top.
and the other one up there.
Which means I get to add my sneak attack.
Because she's a swashbuckler.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just the two of us. We can stab each other well.
Okay. So that's
Just the two of us. 3d6.
1. That's 8. 9. 13.
13?
I rolled 2 ones. Like 2 of my sneak attacks were ones. The hell. Maybe my dice know that I've ordered new dice and they're jealous.
You barely didn't kill it.
Ah.
But yeah, so with a quick jab, sort of almost like kebabbing this little gremlin thing real quick. Is it okay if I start calling them gremlins?
Please do.
Okay, cool. But
I'm
yeah.
now regretting throwing it out the window into the water.
So yeah, so will that be the end of your turn?
It will indeed, yeah.
Okay. So back to Jonah inside. The corpse of the one that you're standing up to starts to move, and you can see as you hear the cracking of bones and the ripping of flesh as the corpse starts to bloat to almost twice its size of what it was before. And then suddenly it rips open from the top, and you see emerging 2 more of the gremlins that you have been fighting, fresh and completely healthy.
Cool. Is that the one that someone threw alcohol at?
No. That was the one that you,
Okay.
because the one you were standing next to was closer. So because like I said,
Yeah.
the one that was the alcohol was thrown at had been knocked against the front wall.
Okay. New technique.
James, can you do me a favor?
Yep.
And so that I'm not a metagaming little shit, can you say that you shout this information up to me?
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
I shout, they're multiplying when they die.
Cool.
Cheers.
And then the same thing happens with the other one that the alcohol was thrown on.
So I've got 4 now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Alright, so then it'll be your turn, Jonah.
Cool. New plan. This time, Bravin, using my sword when I'm attacking them, I would like to do non-lethal damage, please.
Okay.
So it will knock them out, not kill them.
Got it.
New technique.
I like it. It's clever. New technique.
So 16 plus 7. 20.
Yeah.
23. And I rolled the bonus one because I assume I'm going to need all of them. And that's 20. I rolled a 13 on that one.
Okay.
So
Both against the same one, I'm assuming?
yeah, non-lethal. That's 2 plus 3. Hang on, so that's 8 plus 7. 15 points of damage.
Okay.
Non-lethal.
Mhm.
Bop! Bop!
I was going to describe it a little bit differently than that.
Please, can you? I'd love to. I want you to. You can paint a picture with your words.
All right, cool. Yeah. So, sort of striking this thing with your scimitar, but still, wanting to take it out. You decide that you don't want to hit any vital organs or anything like that. So 2 quick strikes with the twist of your sword. You manage to slice off both arms of the gremlin. And it lets out a screech as from the immediate pain and blood loss, its eyes sort of roll back and it falls back unconscious.
Is that what you call non-lethal?
I said it was unconscious.
I just meant like rather than hitting it slicey, I'd hit it like flat. So that's what I thought. I'm not chopping off its arms like some sort of like toddler tormenting an axe.
We can go your way if you want.
No, that's how it's happened, Bravin.
All
That's
right.
how it's happened.
Cool. Okay. So then you have another action, right?
You have another attack, yeah, on the other one.
Right.
Looks like. 12, so 19.
Okay, that hits.
On the other one. So it's 5, so it's 9 damage on that one. How many have I got left of my... Oh, God. There we go. So I've got... Yeah, I'm going to use one of my... dice as well. To top up the damage, if you will.
Okay, you said 9 on that one?
Yeah.
Alright.
So that's 3. So another 5 force damage, I think it is.
Got it, okay. Yeah, sort of giving it a... I guess more of a bonk this time with your scimitar. And then you said it was force damage. Sort of, that was the psionic?
The psychic energy dice, yeah.
Got it, okay.
Psionic power. Psionic energy, yeah.
So, you sort of, bonk it with the side of your blade, and then the force, sort of like afterwind of it, impacts it as well, and knocks that one unconscious too. And
then I'd look back at Jazzy and say, "This is why we need fire." Sorry, he'd say, "This is why we need fire." Very calmly explaining to him.
And he's like, "Okay, and he like points at one of the torches on the walls.
Ah, yes, thank you.
Yeah, just please try not to set the bar on fire.
Priorities, Jazzy.
Right.
Cool. I mean, I can't do anything else on my turn anyway.
Gotcha. Okay. So one of there's the other two that had spawned from...
Oh no, I do. I can move action. Move to the other two.
Oh, there you go. Okay, cool. It's very good that you did that because I was definitely gonna have them attack the villagers.
Yep, I know you were.
Cool. Okay. So then they're going to make attacks on you again, instead. Would you look at that? That is a natural 20 and a filthy 20. What a good pair.
Bravin.
Yeah.
Both of those hit.
I know.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I'll do what I've been doing before, and I'll say one is a bite and the other is a.
I'm probably going to use my reaction on the natural 20 to create a protective shield for myself to lessen the critical hit damage a bit.
Gotcha. Okay. So the bite is going to be, and this is the crit. That'll be 8 piercing damage and 4 poison.
So that's 6 less.
Okay. So that'll be
6 damage.
Yeah, that's 6 left. Okay. And then the bite is going to do... Or, sorry, the scratch from the other one is going to do 6 damage.
Ow! I'm not looking very well.
Do either of us have any healing capability? Do you?
I've got something for myself.
Okay.
Oh, I'm such an idiot. Okay, cool. I know what I'm doing next turn. Sorry, I just forgot what all my abilities are. Beyond stabbing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You are fighter.
Alright, fight.
Let's see. So then, Luke, it's your turn now.
So I'm gonna try a very different tack with my nearly dead one. I'm going to attempt to befriend it again. I'm going to offer it some rations.
After you've just stabbed it almost to death.
You know, because it bit me. Okay, it might just be biting me because it's hungry.
I'll say, you said you're gonna try to feed it some of your rations?
Yeah, I'm gonna, like, make kissy noises. Like, you know, like the budgies that can talk.
Mm-hmm.
How they go,
Yeah, I'll say do animal handling, but with disadvantage, because you did just stab it.
okay. I feel like we should exhaust all options here, okay?
Absolutely, I'm changing it up. You're changing it up.
Okay. So that'll be a 5. But my other dice was a 6. So
But yeah,
Yeah. I didn't really lose out on with the disadvantage much there.
What did you say your armor class was again?
My armor class is 15.
Okay. So sort of holding your hand out, with a bit of food in it.
No, technically that would be a 6. I forgot about my modifier.
Oh, that
Okay.
changes everything.
Well, if it's a 6 then. Yeah, so it's sort of just gonna, like, smack it away, and scratch you in the process.
Okay.
So that scratch is going to do, okay, that'll be 4 slashing damage.
So you mean
Wow.
2 slashing damage?
Oh, are
She's
you
using a-
dodging?
Unkind. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. It chose violence. I will also choose violence.
Okay.
So sad.
I tried.
No,
Let it
no,
not be
look,
said that I do not try.
no, I'm very proud of you, Nonny. I'm just sad that these creatures have chosen violence instead of friendship. Let this be a lesson to all of us.
It is tragic.
Cool, that's me done. I'm just nursing my hand like, ow!
Okay, so then it'll be back to you, Jonah.
Are the ones that I knocked out, are they doing anything?
No. They're just kind of unconscious.
Okay, so here we go. This turn's going to be a little bit longer. I apologise. Bravin, for my attack, just normal attack on one of the two that I've stood next to now, just took a chunk out of me. The first one is 15.
15 hits, yeah.
Cool. So this first attack does 3, 4, 5, 9 damage.
Okay.
Non-lethal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not using my bonus action to attack again. I'm just going to attack
Okay,
a second time,
gotcha.
which is 25.
Yeah, that hits.
So that's another 9 non-lethal damage.
Alright, so that'll put that one unconscious.
With my bonus action, I'm going to use is it Second Wind, where you get your some hit points back?
Yeah. That's second wind.
So, yeah. Cool, I use that. So it's 1d10 plus my level. So I get back 9. Well, that's a good roll. Plus 5, so 14 hit points back from
Nice.
that.
Alright.
So then,
Mm-hmm.
going to use Action Surge,
Got it. Okay.
which means me another action and another bonus action.
Just action, I think.
I'm fairly certain it's a bonus action as well with Action Surge.
Shit.
You push it on your turn. Oh no, it's just one additional action. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But
Got you on that
I'm
one,
still-
James.
No, yeah, you know what? I've always thought it was bonus action as well, and I've been
I will say the wording
flaunting
in the
that.
book is a little bit weird because it says, what does it say? On your turn, you can take one additional action.
Yeah,
I guess
that's
it's
pretty.
outside.
That's
Yeah.
pretty self-explanatory. But I'm still gonna attack the other one.
Okay.
As per so 15 again.
That hits.
3 plus 4, 7 plus 4 is 11.
11 damage. Okay.
Yeah. And then does that mean I get the second attack as well on this? Because I take the attack action.
Yeah. So you would get both.
Cool. That's 2 plus 4, 6 plus 7. That's 13. Non-lethal damage on this one.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, you
Pushing my body to its limits.
yeah, pushing your body to its limits, making 4 quick strikes, sort of with the blunt edge of your scimitar. You know, making 2 each, and then taking a moment to sort of ending it with a really deep breath, to sort of send some energy throughout your body, with a breathing technique, and regaining some health through that. So yeah, they're both unconscious. So all 4 of them that are inside with you are unconscious now.
Cool. I am. Oh, are the other 2 closer to the civilians?
Yeah. Because none of them had moved after they crawled out of the previous bodies, because you always went up to them. So
Yeah, cool. In that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put myself near the corpses of the ones that are closest to the villagers.
got it. And I'm assuming that'll be the end of your turn?
As a free action, I'm going to go, will someone please pass me the torch?
Alright. One of the, this half-orcish woman, sort of, steps out of the crowd and, like, making sure to keep a very wary distance away from all of the gremlins that are near you, edges around the wall of the tavern and grabs a torch off the wall, and then like looks at you and then like looks down at it, at like the bodies, and then just like throws it. Here.
It's where we're about to find out the fire makes them quadruple.
Let's find out. He's rolling.
Not a very good throw. So it comes up a little bit short, for you to be able to catch it. Sort of falls on the ground and rolls across. And actually touches, the body of the one that had sort of opened up. Like the one that the 2 that are now unconscious in front of you had crawled out of. And you can see as the fire touches it, it begins to, burn away at its flesh pretty aggressively, turning into like a black sort of charcoal-esque material. So it seems to be burning it pretty
well.
effectively.
That's when they're dead. Let's see what happens if they're unconscious with no arms.
Luke, back to you.
Okay, I'm trying. Is there a way to attack non-lethally with a rapier?
Yeah, if you just say before you attack that you're doing non-lethal damage, then you're good to go.
Yeah. Oh god, how many limbs am I going to cut off here? Probably 0, considering how well I've been rolling. But
it's a rapier. You can't cut off limbs with a rapier.
Fair. Right.
Make kebabs.
Okay. So that will be 12.
A 12 does not hit.
For the rapier.
What was that?
I have a +7 for the rapier, and I think I've rolled above a 12 once.
Yeah, a 12 doesn't hit as you sort of jab down at it after it kind of like scratched at you. And let's see. Yeah. So, is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
I think I want to call it a wee shite.
You're gonna what?
I'll translate for you then, Nonny. So, she said in a very Scottish accent, "I'm going to call it a wee shite,"
Gotcha.
which means little shit in American.
Got it, okay. Will that be all then? Thank you for that translation, James. Okay, so then it is going to... Oh, that's really low. Yeah, so even though you miss with your rapier, it sort of comes back at you with your fangs, but you sort of use the side of your sword to kind of like shove it away as if like gnawing at your rapier, and just like push it away from attacking him.
Okay, look, I appreciate that I may be pushing that these things are cats angles to the point where it's not funny anymore, but literally every description you're giving me just makes me think of Epsilon.
I'm
Epsilon
sorry.
is the name of Nonny's cat for viewers who have not tuned in before.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying that.
Continuity queen over here.
Yeah.
What is stats? Okay, so, Jonah, back to you inside. You see as one of the gremlins that you're standing over, starts to, regain consciousness. And they sort of wake up, like, eyes blinking, looking around, and their expression turns back to anger once they like, lock with you.
Okay, just to confirm, are they healing themselves?
No. They just woke up.
Okay. They rolled natural 20s on their death saving throws.
Well, they're not doing death saves
no.
because it's non-lethal.
No. I'm messing.
Yeah. But essentially, yeah.
Cool. In that case, is it possible for me to pick up the torch and then kind of try and jab at one with it?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be an improvised weapon, I guess. So
okay. Yeah. Go ahead and make an attack roll with it. I'm assuming you're attacking the one that just woke.
Yeah, the woke one.
Okay. Yeah.
Lefty scum. No, sorry. What do you add with? I rolled a 17, but I don't know what you add for improvised weapons because you're not proficient with them.
Yeah, so just your strength mod.
So 16.
Wait, what is your strength modifier?
-1.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That still hits. That's fine.
Right.
So go ahead and roll a.
That the rogue has more strength than the fighter.
But the same amount of dex.
Yeah.
I'm an intelligent dex fighter.
What's your dex?
18.
Yeah, same.
So what do I roll?
Just the d4, and we'll call it fire damage.
Thanks. That's a 3. I rolled a 3.
Okay. That's fine. Sort of, is it waking up and starting to snarl at you? You pick up the torch and just kind of shove it at it, and you see as it ignites, and with like a high pitched sort of screeching, as its body burns away into coal and dust.
Cool. Now, there's another one that's asleep next to it, or unconscious next to it. Yeah. For my second attack, can I go for that one as well?
Mm-hmm. So since it's unconscious, you won't need to make an attack roll for it.
You sure? Okay, cool. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Because I think usually when things are incapacitated, it's like an automatic crit or something like that. So if you just want to roll damage.
I think it's an automatic crit, but you still have to roll, but you get advantage if it's melee.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
I know
roll for advantage. I mean, you're gonna hit it. I know, but
I just talked myself out of that quite a lot. Oh no, I rolled at 19, so that's 18.
Okay, yeah, that hits. So if you want to roll 2d4s.
Cool. That's 6.
Yeah, so that one, holding up the torch to it is going to burn away.
Cool. And then, as a free action, I'll shout, "Fire does the job."
Cool.
Sorry, fire does the job to my best friend
Alright,
upstairs.
yeah, so Luke, you'll hear that sort of coming from inside. And it'll be your turn again.
Okay.
I
sorry.
start a small campfire.
Jonah, did you want to use any of your movement? I should have asked first.
Yeah, I am moving over to the other two.
Gotcha.
And whilst I've got a bonus action, I'm going to use it with my psionic power. I can once per day or once per short rest. I can regain one psionic energy dice. So I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Well, I've got some spare time. Gotta keep turning this light on. Cool.
Okay, sorry, Luke. Now it's your turn.
So, right. Stop me if I start to get out of the bounds of what I can do within one action.
Gotcha.
Because I am moving away from just standard attacks here.
Okay.
So I do have some oil and a tinderbox. So if fire is what does it, I want to dump some of the oil on this not cat, this gremlin, and okay. So I knew someone who had a cat called Gremlin.
It's very confusing.
The cat was a lot better than the person, so I feel kind of bad for this.
The cat didn't get set on fire, did it?
No.
Trigger warning.
And I want to use my tinderbox to set the gremlin on fire.
Okay. Yeah.
Am I able to do that in one action?
Yeah, I'll say that pouring the oil is an action, and then you can use the tinderbox as a bonus action, or vice versa. Either way, I'll say you can do it, but it'll use your action and your bonus action.
I'm 100% okay with that.
Okay.
Right.
I'll say make an attack roll just to see if you can actually get like the oil on it.
I mean, this is going to end a disaster for the pub.
Yeah. Cool. Will this just be a strength or a dex or a?
I'll say dex. I think that makes
Cool.
because it's definitely not a strength thing, so we'll say dex.
So that's 12.
It's a 12.
Yeah.
But bear in mind, it's not gonna get through its armor. It's just gonna land on its armor.
Well, we were rolling to see if she could get it on it, because it's not gonna do damage on its own either way.
Did I miss?
I mean, I was basing it off of its AC, and it has an AC of 13. It really hurts seeing you roll these 12s.
But is that natural armor or is it its dex?
That is a good question. I don't know.
Because
this is kind of a homebrew thing.
if it's its dex, then it will dodge away for sure. But if it's got hard skin, I don't know why I touched my nipples. Then I would argue that it would still land on it. It's not damaging it.
They definitely don't have hard skin, and with how small they are, I would assume that it would be dex. Yeah. So you sort of trying to pour your oil out. It kind of jumps back a little bit to avoid you pouring it on top of it.
Oh, set fire to it and then drink some oil and blow it like a flamethrower.
No! Have you seen how I've been rolling? I would be dead instantly.
You can uncanny dodge yourself.
Yes, I'm going to dodge the fire that I just swallowed.
If they can do it in Cirque du Soleil, then you can do it on a barge in our mind.
Are they spitting oil?
I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds like the kind of thing they do. I love how you're downstairs and you've downed them 6 times already, and I'm still fighting with this one.
I know. I was thinking. I think I've killed 6 of them now. You're like, go away. Do you want some food? No? Okay, well, go away. It's like that scene in Iron Man 2 where the Black Widow just goes through the hallway and takes out all these agents, and then Happy's just really struggling to defeat one. And he's like, I got him! And turns around and there's all these just guys strung up from the ceiling.
I haven't seen.
Okay.
Sorry.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Black Widow.
So is that the end of your turn then, Luke?
Yep. that is the end of my turn.
Got it. Okay. So it's gonna make an attack on you. I'll say it's another claw attack.
Is it running back towards Luke through the oil?
Yeah. So I'd say it jumped back to not get it on it, but then it comes back up to attack. It doesn't go around the oil, but it's standing on it. But it wouldn't necessarily be drenched in oil. So yeah, it's standing on it, and that attack is. What did you say your AC was again? I don't know. I can't remember.
15.
Okay, so that's gonna miss.
Oh, good.
At least it is as bad as you are.
We're basically just up here,
And then back to Jonah. You'll see as one of the gremlins, one of the remaining two inside regains consciousness, but can't really do anything else. Go ahead. It's your turn now.
15.
That hits. Do you ever roll low, James?
I do. My skills have been absolutely awful, but weirdly, whenever I'm in combat, I roll good. I should get a camera here so you know that I'm not a liar.
Yeah.
That's 4. No, sorry. D4s are really confusing. 2 is 2.
Okay.
Two fire.
Which one are you attacking?
The one that just got up.
Okay. Yeah, you hold the torch to it and burn the conscious one away.
Cool. And then second attack on the other one, which is still down.
Mm-hmm.
That's an 18. That is a 19.
Wow.
I couldn't even make this. That's another 2.
It's a crit anyway.
Yeah, okay, so it's 2 plus.
Even though you didn't roll a nat 20. Actually, it would be a waste of a nat 20 because it wouldn't. I don't think you can double crit.
No, you can't.
Anyway, yeah, that one burns away. So all the ones that are inside, you've burned away to ash.
Cool. And then I turn around and go, see, we didn't set fire to your... Sorry, see, we did not set fire to your tavern. As we cut back.
Yeah. Come back to Luke. I can't wait for you to say that, and then there's just an explosion, and the lights outside the window as you see fireballs raining down in the lake.
Don't worry, I've got a line for that as well.
Anyway, Luke, what would you like to do with your turn?
I would like to set fire to the oil that the gremlin is currently standing on.
I would like to set fire to the tavern the gremlin is currently stood on.
Okay.
This is on the roof, which I feel would be fairly easy to put out.
I've got a plan.
Okay,
right.
Good. I don't.
So you don't need to roll for that. You have a tinderbox. You said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you just take that out and right to the gremlin right in front of you. Set fire to the oil. And we'll do a dex save for this. Okay, so you see the gremlin seeing you lighting the oil, and it lights up very quickly, trying to jump out, but the fire sort of catches its foot as it's stepping out, barely getting it, and very quickly runs up its body, igniting the rest of it as it lets out a quick and shrill screech right before it is almost completely incinerated.
Oh, I'm gonna start trying to stamp out the fire.
Okay. Alright, yeah, I'll say it at, like, after a few seconds, because it was just a little bottle of oil, so after a few seconds you're able to stamp it out, and the roof where it was burning, like, is kind of scorched a bit, but not super damaged.
Fine. It's all fine. Who even looks at the roof anyway?
Birds.
Alright, at this point, it is, safe to say that we don't have to worry about initiative anymore.
Cool. Cool.
And then I say, so if you have any need of our services at any other time, we will be charging, I'm afraid. So tell your friends.
Whilst I'm kind of awkwardly climbing down from the door frame.
I'd love it if you just fell. We are very, very skilled.
And Michael kind of comes up and is like, thank you, I didn't know, I mean, you really are. That was impressive.
Thank you, Michael. Next time, if you
tell
could...
inside the whole time.
Next time, if you could buy us the more expensive drinks, that would be delightful.
And then Jazzy sort of pitches in. He's like, "You two can have any drinks you want tonight.
Thank you, Jazzy.
More than paid that off tonight. Oh, go ahead.
How do you plan on getting us back to shore, Jazzy?
That is something we need to worry about, isn't it? And right after he says that,
we have alcohol.
you feel the tavern shift a little bit as it thunks into something, and you can sort of feeling it like grinding up on something, and it's sort of it has kind of like washed up onto the little island there.
Yeah. Excuse me, one second, Jazzy, and then I take finish off the glass of wine and go, I don't think our work's done just yet.
Please.
Are we gonna...
Whatever you can do to help, I was so grateful.
Let's go and make some oars out of bamboo.
I'll see if I can find some coin for you.
Yeah, most delightful. I'm overjoyed.
We gonna go have we look at this island then?
I think so.
Okay.
I just want to say that if I am saying something entirely into my natural accent, I'm probably more gesturing than actually speaking. Luke doesn't talk a lot.
I imagine, like
yeah.
With your gesturing, like it's it's like Jonah can understand it as if you were saying it out loud.
Basically, Han and Chewbacca.
Exactly.
Body
Yeah.
language.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, you two really are bounty hunters.
Not smugglers, but bounty hunters.
I mean, it's not that far off.
That's offensive.
Bounty
hunters is a legal and honourable profession, whereas smuggler is definitely illegal.
I mean, it's kind of illegal by necessity. If it's not illegal, you're just importing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, that is true.
Either way, we go and jump onto this island to see what fucking demon you're gonna throw at us now.
Okay, so yeah, see, hopping off from the island, it has it's not very big, but it's still pretty dark out as it's very late, probably coming on midnight. There's a little bit of light from like a half crescent moon that's up, but it's not super helpful. So you just kind of see treetops against like a slightly lit sky, lots of rustling and shadows.
I am an elf, so I have dark vision. I hate to be such a cliche.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. I don't know if the Kenkus have dark vision.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. So
I can't see shit.
yeah, so you can see a little bit farther.
I hand Luke the torch that I'm still brandishing.
Cool.
Just in case we have to set anything else on fire.
Are you sure you trust me with it? Because
yeah, you did a great job at not setting fire to the tavern.
yeah.
You hear Michael yell out from the doorway of the tavern, "Watch out for the demons!"
Thank you, Michael.
Comes up back to him.
Cool. And then
Finger guns.
he very quickly ducks back inside.
Yeah, the door closes. We hear lots of bolts going.
Yeah. You hear them start barricading chairs and tables up against the door.
Bravin. Is this a good point for an interval? Because I really need a wee.
This is. Thank you for reminding me about that. I told myself earlier, I made a mental note, like, after this we'll do a break. So yeah, everyone that's watching, don't go anywhere. We're gonna do a quick 10-minute break, to give these two and myself, a little bit of a rest and, gather ourselves, get some drinks, use the bathroom, all that good stuff. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, and, we will return very soon. And we're back! So, thank you for that pleasant wave, James.
That's how the Queen does it. But no, she didn't smile though. She just goes
Right, yeah.
like she's being held hostage.
I like to think she's just preserving energy so she can live even longer.
Yes, unlike Prince Philip. So that's really risky. Prince Philip's in hospital at the moment. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I think Prince Philip died last year because there is a quote from him from like the 90s saying that if he died, he wanted to come back as a virus to deal with overpopulation. And just before COVID like properly hit, there was that picture of him in the car that went around him coming back from hospital where he straight up looks like a corpse. I think he's been dead for a year.
Nonny, are you suggesting that for the last year they've been Weekend at Bernie's kind of with Prince Philip?
That is exactly what I'm saying.
That's amazing. I agree.
That sounds like a pretty sound argument to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when we left off before the break a few minutes ago, these two had just finished disposing of some gremlins in the Jazzy Bee pub that they were in, finding that fire worked pretty effectively to prevent them from sort of respawning and spawning off more of their own kin when they had been slain. The pub then bumped into an island, which they are now stepping out of the Jazzy Bee to investigate.
Now, just to confirm, we don't have time for a short rest, do we?
If you would like to try to take a short rest, you can.
Cool. How long is a short rest in your games, Bravin?
It's an hour.
Cool. I think they can wait for an hour. Don't you, Nonny?
I feel like they can. We can just say we're exploring.
Yeah, we'll just sit down. Yeah, we're just looking around.
Okay. So you're just gonna sit down?
Yeah, just have a little sit down.
Okay. Can you make a perception check?
I know you're not going to let us have a fucking short rest. So, no. There you go. 7.
7. Luke, would you like to make a perception check?
Yeah. I'm gonna try.
Cool.
What she get like a 18 or a 19? We've swapped.
It'll be her good roll for the night. We'll be on perception.
But where's my perception? So I'll be an 18.
It's like you're a prophet, James.
I wish I was making a profit.
Honestly, don't we all?
Yeah.
The cap's to play.
Yeah, so as you two sort of sit down to take a breather, about 20 minutes of quiet passes, but then the rustling sort of in the trees and foliage on the island starts to increase to the point that it's past the point of what can be explained just by the breeze. And it seems like there's something or some things in the sort of foliage there.
Oh dear, it was too much to ask for 1 hour's break.
I would like to draw my rapier.
Okay.
And with an 18, do I know if these rustlings seem to be like converging on us, or if they're just if whatever's rustling has noticed us?
I'd say with your, because you did roll an 18, that is fair. So it's not like converging on you, because I imagine that you two were just kind of sitting next to the washed up pub on kind of the beach. So the plants and all that don't come all the way quite up to the shoreline. So it's sort of rustling maybe 40 or 50 feet away from you guys. And yeah, it seems like they're could be a couple things, but it's hard to tell.
Could I attempt to blend into the shadows and stealth?
Yeah, make a stealth check.
Why did I just put my d20 away? What is?
Why would you ever put it away?
So that'll be 17.
Okay. Yeah, so, sort of using the, big building washed up, to your benefit, managed to sort of hide, in the shadows of it, right around, like, the corner of the wall.
Now, Bravin, seeing as I rolled a 7, can I take the fact that Luke drew their sword and then disappeared for me to kind of suspect that perhaps they saw something untoward? Or do I just not notice that they're even gone and I'm just sat blindly by myself for a short time?
Twiddling your thumbs.
What's your...
Still talking to you.
What's your passive perception?
14.
Okay, yeah. So you would have been able to see Luke, draw their spear, or not spear, their, rapier, but you can't see where they are now. So
Cool,
just saw them disappear into the shadows.
But I could take that to go, oh, they probably seen something now, so I should probably stand up.
Yeah.
I stand up
Okay.
and ready myself.
Alright. You see, pop, like, out of a bush, one of the gremlins that you had fought before. With it's, and you're really able to see it, only because of your dark vision. Sort of, it's like dark black, inky eyes, lock in your direction. And it just kind of stares at you for a second before it turns, and without making much sound, turns and goes back into the little foliage area.
Definitely got intimidated by us and is certainly not going to fetch its pals.
Hopefully it'll take them 40 minutes to do, though.
Are you gonna try to continue your rest?
Yeah.
Okay.
This time I'm just leaning on my scimitar.
Okay. So another 10 minutes pass.
Fucking bastard.
In that time, can I try and sort of carefully, still kind of stealthing, kind of pick my way towards, like, not far, but just like
Scouting.
a little bit further. Yeah.
Okay, so you're trying to go up to like the tree line?
Yeah, like not all the way. I just want to get a little bit closer to see if like I can sort of see or hear anything in what little light there is.
Okay. Yeah, so you don't need to roll again. We'll use your the stealth roll you just rolled. Sort of sneaking your way up the beach towards the tree line, trying to keep to the shadows, although there's not really much cover on the beach. Just trying to move slowly so you can use the darkness to your advantage. After those 10 minutes had passed, you hear a lot of movement in the tree line, and what sounds like multiple different creatures screaming, very similarly to how the gremlins that you fought before had screeched.
This is okay. I think I should probably return to where Jonah is, because I imagine that given that I was attempting to stealth, I didn't bring the torch he gave me with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we're probably gonna need that.
Okay.
So yeah,
So
I'm
you
gonna
return to Jonah?
Yeah, just backing up slowly.
Okay.
Weapon drawn, eyes where I heard the noise, but I am backing up toward them.
All right, yeah. So as you back up, sort of joining back with Jonah, and Jonah, you can see this as well. You see a gremlin emerge from the tree line, and then a second one, and then a third one, and then a fourth, and they keep sort of pouring out until there's this small, what you could call a swarm of them, that have sort of produced themselves from the forest, and they immediately start to move in your direction.
I really feel we should have spent this last half an hour asking the people in the bar to make us some Molotov cocktails.
We probably should have. Pity we didn't. Actually, could we make an improvised Molotov cocktail out of my second flask of oil and some of the spare clothes that I've got?
Yeah, you could, but you don't have time to do it right now, so you have to do that as like one of your actions. Because right now I'm gonna ask you to roll initiative.
Yeah, I thought you might. And we're back. 21.
17.
Okay.
You add your charisma to your initiative as well, don't you, Nani?
Yep.
Swashbucklers are cool.
Yeah.
All right.
It's what I always pick for a rogue.
We pretty much ended up with the same order. You're up first, Jonah. Yeah, swashbucklers do sound really cool, though. I definitely agree.
How far away are they?
About, I'd say, like, because they've sort of gathered out of the trail line, like 30 feet away from you, where you had been resting.
And how many are there?
Just short. I mean, do you want to take the time to count? Because it would, like, because there are a lot.
An estimate.
I'm
not going to count.
Make an intelligence check.
That I am good at. 6.
Maybe
At least 3.
A million. It's fine. Don't.
You think there's like 2 or 3 dozen? Of
Cool.
these?
In that case, I'll say I'll hold them back. If you can create some fire, that would be great, and then I'll charge towards them.
Okay. So are you going to make an attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not non-lethal.
Gotcha.
No.
Non-lethal it is.
Cool. Let's do this. So the first one is 26. Doing. Oh yes, that's better. 7 + 4, 11 damage.
Okay.
Okay. And then I roll a natural 1.
I mean, I think that's the first time you've missed tonight, so
You're welcome.
it was bound to happen eventually.
I didn't want you getting too suspicious, Bravin.
So you clutched a natural 1.
Didn't have to fudge it, mate. Didn't have to fudge it. And then I
Usually
rolled
don't.
that one was a 15 + 7, so the second attack was 22.
Okay, yeah, so that'll hit. So go ahead and roll
On
damage
the
for that one.
same one, 3 + 4, 7. Another 7 damage on that.
Okay.
And then I quietly go, oh dear.
Yeah, so coming up to the edge of this swarming, and they're just like jumping and running around in random directions, but sort of like keeping like a cohesive unit, I guess. So that you come up with your sword and just trying to swing and hit whatever you can. Manage to get a couple of hits in. Maybe even knock one of them out, but it's honestly hard to tell because you hit one and see it fly back, but it's immediately swarmed and covered with other ones.
Yes.
Okay, so Luke, it'll be your turn now.
Okay, so I'm thinking about how exactly to most effectively make this essentially a firebomb.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the best way to do it would be to use the would be to take something from my spare clothes, or just a scrap of fabric from the clothes, oil into the hooded lantern, sort of close the door on the lantern, on the fabric, light the end of the fabric, and sort of just take a running yeet.
Okay.
Am I able to do that?
Can you make an intelligence check?
You sure as hell can try. That's 7.
All right. So you, I mean, it's simple enough. You shove the rag into the lantern, the sort of torn piece of cloth. Do you think it'll work?
Cool. I mean, if I think it'll work, then I'm gonna keep doing it.
Okay. So that'll take your action. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Me personally, I think I need to pray, but in character, no.
Cool. Okay. All right. So oh wow. Okay. So the gremlins are going to sort of a bunch of them are going to make slashes and bites and things like that. While Jonah's kind of dancing out of the way of them, you manage to avoid their attacks.
Thank you.
And then
Oh god.
you see
The mummy one.
Exactly. There's another one that sort of arrives from the tree line, sort of behind this swarm. You can see that it's a lot bigger compared to the other ones. But if we were saying that a regular gremlin was the size of the cat, then this one would be maybe like the size of a hog. So pretty big compared to them, but not necessarily massive. Like compared to you guys, it's still smaller. So yeah. Also much rounder and plumper in shape. But other than that, its features are pretty similar to the rest. And then Jonah, it'll be back to you.
Cool. I, as a free action, would like to say perhaps some strong spirits from the tavern would be useful at this point. Very calmly, as I'm being swarmed by these little fuckers. And I'm just gonna keep on swiping, keep a swiping.
Okay, so you're trying to yell that at like the tavern?
I'm saying it out loud, hopefully so that my colleague can hear me, but also so that maybe someone at the tavern might hear and take note.
Mm-hmm.
They did say that we could have as much booze as we wanted.
That is true.
So I rolled a 19, so that's 26 on the first attack. So that's 3 plus 4, 7. Then a 15 plus. So yeah, I got. Hang on, 7 plus 5. So that's 12.
A 12 isn't enough.
Second attack. No, 12 damage. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I know that their armor class is 13, and I'm just doing the maths quickly.
Oh,
so you don't have to
okay.
To
so
confirm
you
for
said,
me.
12 damage?
Yeah, plus a further... max damage. Plus another 8 plus 4... So 24 damage in total.
Okay. Got it. Alright. So...
Are you treating this as a swarm at the moment, as opposed to individual? In that case, I'm going to use a D8 extra damage thing, psionic damage.
Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming this is all still non-lethal?
Absolutely. A further 6 damage as well.
Another 6. Got it. Alright, so with all of that, with your strikes and the added psionic force damage, you probably managed to knock out a couple, like another 2, as far as you can tell. But there's still a lot that are sort of jumping and swarming around. Luke, that'll be to you now.
Have I yeeted the obviously not going to work lantern yet?
Have you what?
Have I yeeted it yet?
Yeet is Scottish for throne.
Oh, okay.
No,
I was.
Not. Okay, no, that yeet is Zoomer for throne. Okay, that's one Bravin should know better than you.
No, I was only confused because I wasn't sure if you said yeet or heat. That's why I had to clarify. Okay, no, you haven't yeeted it yet.
In which case, I would like to to yeet the ill-fated firebomb.
Okay. I'm
And
assuming you're lighting the rag first.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
So my intention is that I would throw it and then the lantern would shatter.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, though, considering I rolled a 7 and you told me I thought it would work, something's going to go terribly wrong. But yeah, I would like to throw that and then run back to the tavern to kind of chap on the door and be like, flammable stuff, please.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you make an attack roll with your dex modifier?
So that will be a 15.
A 15? Okay. So throwing the lantern, pretty well. It's, going to, fly and land, pretty well in the middle of the swarm, as it kind of, you see the little bit of fire, kind of disappear into it. And Jonah, since you're a bit closer, you can actually see where it lands. And you can see where, it bends and parts, like the glass on it shatters, and the rag kind of like falls out the door next to it. And the metal of the lantern sort of bends a bit, and it sort of punctures and like opens a little bit of a hole, and the oil starts to spill out ever so slowly, and it just barely, the flames of the rag just barely manage to catch it, and it travels up, burning away at the oil. But rather than exploding, what ends up happening is the little hole that got formed in the lantern ends up shooting out a billow of flame, sort of in a straight line, actually causing the lantern to be propelled as it like spins in place, causing like this spinning wheel of fire in the middle of the gremlins.
I'm cool with that.
All right,
Yeah.
let me.
It's not quite as disastrous as I was worried. I was fully ready for it to be like I'd accidentally caught the clothes I was wearing in it, and I was just about to set myself on fire.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see as it sprays out, it manages to hit a number of the gremlins, and you can see as they're sort of hit by the flame, it'll travel across their body and just like turn them to dust. So a bunch of them get this as the lantern gets like 2 or 3 rotations before it runs out of the little bit of oil that it had in it. And with like a quick glance, there's probably around maybe like a dozen left after that. So it took out quite a few.
That's good.
Okay.
All right, and then Luke, you said you want to. Then you're gonna run back to the tavern and try to get them to give you more alcohol. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a broken window, remember?
Just through that like perfect Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
I'm just like, excuse me. Stick my beak through, like, hey.
We'd quite like some vodka now, please.
So you run in and say that, and Jazzy goes, what can I get you?
Flammable liquids.
I think it's all flammable. I'll just hold on. And he runs back to the bar and grabs like 2 bottles of whiskey and sort of
Take your time, mate. Take your time.
Through the window.
He's just tossing it in his head, like, which one of these
Yeah.
is the
Which
cheapest?
one of these is the cheapest? Exactly.
Hang on, I'm just checking the percentage, the proof, and hang on.
Mm-hmm.
There's no rushes there.
I don't think these are watered down.
I like that he says that, and everyone looks at him and goes,
Yeah.
fucking knew it.
Exactly. That's exactly what happens.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take them, and next turn I'm gonna start going back with them.
Okay. Okay. So that'll be the end of your turn then. So.
Oh no.
That is a natural
Oh, no.
20.
Come at
That's
me,
the
bro.
third
Come
one for tonight. Um,
Now that's unbelievable.
is it? Okay, so
That's the sound of a lot of dice.
yeah. Okay, so the swarm kind of moves forward, so that way the gremlins are kind of like surrounding you, making it much easier for them to get attacks off on you. And a number of them jump onto your body, on your arms, and things like that. And between the fangs and the claws, that is going to be 12 damage from piercing and slashing. I don't think for you it'll make a difference between those two. And then 5 poison damage.
Cool.
Okay. And then you're going to see Mama Gremlin, as I'll call her, back behind the rest. You're gonna see from her belly this sort of bulge start to form and then travel up, and like you'll see her throat swell up, and then that'll go back as her mouth opens really wide and she vomits up another one of the gremlins, which goes and joins the horde.
How far is it from where Luke is to where the mummy gremlin is?
From where Luke is, I'd say like 45 feet away.
Okay. Is it my go yet?
Yes, now it's your turn. Yes.
So, just tell me what you think about this. I've got a thing called telekinetic movement, where I can move an object with my mind.
Okay.
As long as it's within 30 feet of me. It says you can move it 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. However, I'm wondering if I can use that to try and launch it at, like, a bottle from her hand, and try and use my telekinetic movement to launch it at the mama gremlin. Like, I don't know, making some sort of attack roll with intelligence, maybe? Or I don't know if you'd be willing to let me do that as my action.
So trying to use it on one of the bottles from Luke to, like, use the momentum and launch it at her?
Yeah, because then all Nonny would have to do is throw a torch. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do, I think, yeah, because that would definitely be intelligence. Okay, we'll do that then. We'll do an attack roll with your intelligence modifier. But,
okay.
Just intelligence, not proficiency.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. Cool. Fucking natural 20.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's definitely when you would want it. Cool. Yeah, so, while you're sort of surrounded in these things, Luke, you just have one of the bottles in your hand whisk away. As you
Whiskey away.
as you see Jonah sort of force moving it, and then giving it a little bit of speed at the end, and it goes and cracks right on top of the head of the mama one. And then if you want to roll a d4, I'll give you bludgeoning damage on that. Or 2d4 because you crit, yeah.
Cool. Average. 6.
6? Okay. So that'll be... Okay. Yeah, so that goes and sort of hits her in the side of the head. And you can see where, like, one little piece of glass sort of, like, stuck in the skin and fur.
So she is covered in whiskey now?
Yes. Okay,
Awesome. That's my action. I can't do anything else.
Okay, well, you have your bonus action, don't you?
Yeah, but my bonus action, I can't use anything with that, really, because I've not attacked with my main action, so yeah. I don't get my bonus action.
Okay. So Luke, then it'll be your turn.
So I'm gonna sort of. I want to move towards it, towards where the thing is, and
Where did we leave the actual flaming torch that we brought out with us?
I presume where you were attempting to rest, so somewhere between me and you.
Okay, yeah, so it's not that far, right? Cool.
So on the way, I'm going to grab the torch, and I am going to yeet the torch at Mama Gremlin.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make...
I have candles and stuff I can set fire to. It's all good.
Is that yeet or heat?
Yeet.
A little bit of both.
Yeet.
Yeet the heat.
Yeet the heat is exactly what I was going to say.
Okay, yeah, make an attack roll with just your dex modifier.
Cool. I got a nat 20.
Hey, nice!
What are the chances?
Alright,
never looked at cool and efficient.
Can you roll 2d4s for damage then?
Cool.
Man, you really using the crits when you guys need them.
I know, right?
Oh,
okay.
That is really
really
good.
hope some of the villagers are watching out of the window.
So that's a 3 for damage.
3? Okay.
Oh no. That's a lot of notes being.
I had just had to do the math. So you see, you throw the torch and it lands on her, and the whiskey on her body immediately ignites, burning away the flesh as she's sort of screaming and flailing about. But once the whiskey burns away, it burns away like at her fur and some of her flesh, but not to the. It doesn't completely disintegrate her like it had with some of the other ones. But now she's sort of like this completely like bare, like all of her fur has been burned away, and the skin underneath charred, red and like black, disgusting, like half melted flesh. Yeah. It definitely like was a very close call.
Just as a, there's no way she would have like got sneak attack damage in that, would she?
I think it would be like, because she's throwing like a torch. It would be pretty hard to miss.
Yeah, I think because they'll be close to the swarm, wouldn't they?
Yeah, because she's basically right behind it.
If it weren't for the swarm, I would have. If it weren't for the swarm, I would have. But alas.
Yeah. I think you've got to be like next to it as well with swashbuckler. Anyway, I was just trying to work out like if you could have been hidden still or not. It's fine. I was just trying to meta.
No worries. Okay, so then it'll be the gremlin's turn. Okay, did not roll another nat 20. That's good. But it is, it is another hit.
Yay.
That'll be, okay, so 10, from slashing and piercing, and 6 from poison.
Cool. I'm going to use one of my psionic dice to reduce some of that damage because I'm low on hit points.
Okay, go for it.
So I rolled an 8 plus 2, so 10 less than that. So
that just leaves the 6 then.
I'll happily take this. Well, not happily, but I'll take the 6. I've still got
a lot better than
still
16.
Got 15. Yes, I mean, I luckily rolled high on that as well. But I've got 15 hit points left if anyone cares.
Cool. Okay, and then, Okay, yeah. You see as the sort of disgusting, like mutilated and burned body of the queen, another lump forms and travels up her body as she vomits out yet another gremlin that joins the swarm.
Can I ask, is she still are there still like embers on her?
I mean, I would say it burned pretty fast. So like all of her like all of the fur on her body had gotten burned away, so there's not really anything to have embers on it. Because like what's remaining is kind of like living flesh, covered in like some dead burnt flesh, I guess.
Cool. I was just wondering if like there's gonna be another. Oh, but the torch is at her feet, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm.
So
it hit her directly.
When if Nonny were to throw the bottle at, so if Luke were to throw the bottle at her, then there's every chance that the torch would just ignite it quickly. Mm-hmm. Anyway, cool. In that case, I'm gonna just start slashing at all the things around me because they're doing damage to me, and I don't like it, Marvin. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like it. So I'm gonna just do some slashing, slashy. So that's a 22, a 19. And 7 plus 7 is 14.
Does all hit?
Cool. So I do. So hang on. So I need another one of these. But okay. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 24 points of damage in total.
Okay.
And then I very calmly say, I'm bleeding quite a lot.
So with that, you're probably able to knock out another 1, maybe 2 more. Okay, then Luke, it'll be your turn.
So I'm gonna yeet the other bottle at Mama.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and make another attack roll with your Dex mod.
I wanna try something real quick.
Okay.
Oh. No, this is entirely for me. What was that, James? You made
I was going to say, can you use your bonus action to hide first, so that you'd get advantage on the throw?
Can I do that?
Sure. Make a stealth roll.
Classic rogue move.
Stealth roll. Hey Google, roll a d20. You got 3. 13.
Okay.
I've got +10 to myself.
Expertise.
Yep.
Okay. 13. I mean, it is dark out, so you're able to hide, fairly well. You're not sure if they noticed you or not. Or well, I guess since in order to know whether or not you'd have to have advantage, you would need to know. So yeah, you seem to have gotten in a place where they wouldn't be able to see like an attack coming from if you were to throw something at them. Most of their attention right now is focused on Jonah, so.
Yeah, and just killing him to death.
Including Mama Gremlin.
Cool. Oh. So, am I able to yeet the whiskey?
Yeah.
Right, and with that.
Yeah, so with advantage.
With advantage.
And then just your Dex mod added to it.
Oh. Sorry, did you say Dex?
Mm-hmm.
That's 16. But I rolled an 11 and a 12.
Okay, so 16.
Considering when I was rolling at a disadvantage, it was a 5 and a 6. Like, what the fuck?
The dice are just very similar.
Okay. So you throwing the bottle of whiskey at you're throwing at the Mama Gremlin, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so throwing it at Mama Gremlin, it crashes against her body, and as the whiskey falls down onto the ground, a bit of it manages to get caught by the flame of the torch, causing it to rush up her body, and just with a whoosh, she's just disintegrated by the flame.
Fabulous. Do I need to roll damage or?
No, I didn't think it was necessary because she was at 1 hit point.
Oh.
It was so close to killing her the first time around.
Okay, so
But she's
we've
dead
dealt
now.
with Mama.
Yeah, she's dead now. So will that be the end of your turn?
That will indeed, yes.
Okay. So then, another attack on Jonah. Oh, that's cocked.
You're cocked.
I keep noticing how many imperfections that my dice have.
That's an 18.
That hits.
Mm-hmm.
Just.
Yep. Okay, so that'll be 5 for the normal damage, and then 5 more for the poison.
I'm not down yet.
You're still kicking. And now it's your turn.
So how many are left?
I mean, because there were a couple that got added by Mama before she was taken down. So there's still like a dozen and maybe a handful more.
Cool. I'm gonna keep swiping then because going down fighting.
Okay.
That's I rolled a 19. I rolled a 17. I rolled a natural 20.
Nice. All right.
Sorry, you don't deserve it. You don't deserve it, Bravin. Oh no, I've got my phone. Okay, that was karma there. So that's
works quick.
Doesn't it just? So 7, 8, 9 plus 4 is 13 plus 13. So that's 20. 32 damage.
32? All right.
Ow.
All right. Yeah, you're able to knock out a good 2 or 3 with that.
Cool.
Okay, Luke, it's your turn.
There's a very real chance that I might die on my next turn.
Cool. In which case, so I think I want to try and essentially draw their ire away from Jonah. So
Okay.
So you have a chance.
Currently, they're all engaged currently, so you'll get sneak attack damage on them.
That is true.
Okay, so in which case I would like to. Am I close enough to get over to them and attack with the melee?
Yes, you are.
I'm gonna run up with the rapier and just make a non-lethal attack.
Got it.
I'm gonna try and kebab as many of them as possible, but whilst missing vital organs.
Got it.
Thread the needle.
I do like the idea that there's this magic button of just when you're trying to stab someone with a sword, just going, "This is non-lethal."
I don't want to hurt you.
Is that okay? Is that a thing I can do?
Please do it.
Cool.
Jonah's dying here.
That's a 16.
That hits?
Cool. And did you say I get sneak attack with that?
Yes.
Yep. 1d8, 3d6 plus 4. Why? I've just learned everyone. I learned your character sheet now.
Wait, where's the +4 from?
For your dex. Because you're using a rapier, so you get your dex damage on top.
Oh, I forgot to note that down. Cool.
Might have been helpful
All in the
earlier.
service. You could have killed that thing earlier. In fairness, it's a good job you didn't add it on earlier, because then you would have had 2.
How much?
16.
16?
16.
Okay.
So I'm not quite doing the numbers that you do, but
Teamwork.
Okay.
teamwork.
So you sort of coming in, get a quick pin on one of them and sort of catch it like through the shoulder with your rapier and then kind of like shove it down into the sand.
Nice.
Here we go.
All right. I picked out a new D20 that is not as lucky as my other one, so I'm doing it for you, James. I say as like, please.
Roll a
I'm
20.
gonna be really mad if I roll a 20.
I'm not. I'm gonna laugh.
All right, I roll this. That'll be 12, so that misses. It worked.
I was about to say, this character was very short-lived.
Okay, so yeah, you're good. Between, you know, your armor and sort of pushing them off and trying to stay as moving as you can within your space to keep them from scratching and biting at you, you're able to avoid any hits from them. So then it'll be your turn now.
Let's do this. Let's do it again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a filthy 20.
Okay.
A filthy 24 and a natural 1.
Ooh. A raid? A raid? Why, thank you, Role Players Guild, for the raid. Welcome to the stream.
6, 7, 8.
Hello, everyone. For you just coming in, just so that way, in case you haven't been here before, we're currently running a Dungeons & Dragons one-shot where these two are fighting a swarm of gremlins that duplicate whenever they're killed. So it's a very interesting situation that they're in.
I got 16 non-lethal damage.
Yeah, he's doing non-lethal damage, so they don't split into more of them.
I have a quick question. What does a raid mean?
So it means someone else that was streaming ended their stream and they sent all of their viewers over to us.
That's
okay.
very nice.
Yeah, raiding is cool. So I very much appreciate it. It's actually the first time I've been raided, so that's really awesome.
See, raids sound bad, but actually it's a good thing.
It is a good thing, yeah. It's a very cool thing
There
to
you
do.
go.
So I appreciate the support. Thank you. Anyway, Jonah, how much damage was that?
I was 16 damage.
16 damage. Okay.
I missed with the last one.
Right, you rolled a natural 1.
I feel like Epsilon knew that there was about to be a bunch more people in the chat, and that was when he was like, "No, I'll come be cuddly now."
Nice. Okay, so sort of smacking at the swarm of gremlins that is surrounding you. Managed to take out one more of them. Maybe get another hit on another. But yeah. You've gotten it down to under a dozen at this point.
Well, that's really good to know.
Mm-hmm. Luke.
Okay, so I have a question.
Okay.
Between when I chucked the oil on that one at the bar and when I made my attempt at a Molotov cocktail, would I have used a full flask of oil for both of those?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Especially for the Molotov.
Yeah. In which case, I would like to attempt to light a candle.
Okay.
Well, because for my dead body that's about to occur.
It's an absolutely charming lavender scented thing. It's tea light, actually. Because that's the last fire-based thing I've got on me.
All right.
Luke was very, very much like a candle in the wind. Unreliable.
Quickly extinguished.
I mean, I'll say you can light a candle as a bonus action, and you don't have to roll anything to do that. So you kind of take out your tinderbox, take out a candle, and light it. There it is. Yep.
Okay. Am I close enough to any members of the swarm to like just kind of try and? Very carefully with it.
You just want to like hold it up to them.
Come on.
Happy birthday.
Go ahead. Yeah, I guess just make an attack roll.
Can she make a deception roll to make it think it's his birthday?
I don't know.
You're
if
1 year old.
I'm going to mimic the noise of Mama Gremlin.
Happy birthday!
To make it feel at ease.
She's a Kenku. She can do that.
She can. You're right. She absolutely can.
This battle has taken a surreal turn.
I'm so sorry. What should I be rolling here?
I guess to attack with a candle, are you throwing it or just like, no, you said you were holding it up to them.
Yeah.
D20.
They can take a good hard look at their actions.
I'll do strength mod, because that's usually what you would do for like a melee improvised attack, so we'll stick with a strength mod. I don't think a candle would be considered a finesse.
19.
19? Okay.
I would argue candles are definitely finesse weapons.
Go ahead and roll a d4 for damage.
2.
2? Okay. Alright, so you hold the candle, up, manage to sort of get the wick onto the back of one of the gremlins, igniting it and causing it to sort of screech and burn, as it, rolls around in the sand for a minute before, burning into ash and dust.
Cool.
Stop, drop, and roll.
It didn't work for it, unfortunately.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Don't set gremlins on fire with candles, I guess? Is that the message?
Don't set anyone on fire, I think, is
that is true.
a good message to have.
Except for gremlins.
Gremlins, daylight works for them. Don't feed them after midnight.
There you go. Alright, James. I'm doing the unlucky one again.
Go on.
I rolled a 2! I don't know, but I mean, this should be my DMing die. This is good. This should be like my mercy DM die.
I mean, that's definitely what it is now. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, because the next hit is probably going to put you down.
I've kept one psychic dice to reduce some damage, just in case.
You might be able to survive another hit then if you roll well enough, and if I roll bad enough.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm hoping for.
But that's okay. They don't hit this time. So it's back to your turn.
Cool. Slice, and a slice the third time, please.
Okay.
So that is 25, 19. And a 2. Good. So a 9 overall. It's a miss.
Yeah.
Oh. Cool. So 3, 8, 16 damage.
16 damage? Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right. You managed to knock another one of them unconscious with that. And Luke, we're to you now.
May I attempt to quickly, like I'm lighting the candles on a birthday cake. I'm kind of going as quickly as I can between them. To another one that's close by me. Is that?
Yeah, sure.
As a free, no, I'll save my witty one-liner for when we're finished.
Okay.
Or as your dying words, as the case may well be.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say? Yeah, that would be an 8.
Okay. Yeah. So trying to hold the candle out, the flame is really small, so you kind of have trouble catching one of them, and holding the flame up to them long enough for it to burn.
Cool.
Actually, it makes sense. Some of the gremlins notice you chasing them around with a candle, a little flame. They don't react to very well, so they're gonna attack you this time.
Yeah.
Have they left my threatened area?
No, they would still be in range because
Yeah.
she's already
Came up to
within
them,
melee
yeah.
range of him. Yeah.
Yep, no worries.
Okay, so that'll hit.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be. Are you gonna use your dodge on this?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and half it for you then. Because I rolled decent. That'll be. Yeah, so that'll be 5 of the piercing and slashing damage, and 3 poison. And that's already
That's
halved.
8 altogether.
Yes.
Cool.
So sort of as you're trying to avoid them dancing around, them still getting some light scratches off, maybe getting a fang under your skin just for a moment, to get a bit of venom in, but nothing too serious.
Fabulous.
Yeah. Go ahead,
I
start rolling.
was definitely trying to draw their aggression away from him a bit because, I've still got a few hit points that I can play with.
Yeah.
I've got 5.
I thought about it, and I'm like, they're not gonna like fire because it works so well against them. So if they see you holding fire, then they're not gonna respond. They're gonna respond very aggressively to that. Okay, so then Jonah.
I just did the maths. I hit with all 3 that time. I got 2 13s and a 14, plus 7 to each of them. So I didn't roll below a 20.
Nice.
So that is 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15, plus 12. So that's 27. 27 points of damage. Non-lethal.
All right.
I imagine now he's just got his scimitar and it's just going, just fucking.
Yeah.
But very calmly.
Okay.
Please stop hitting me. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. So with that, you managed to knock out a couple more. At this point, you're to you don't know the exact number, but around like half a dozen. So maybe somewhere between like 5 to 7 of them left.
I thought you said there were 5 to 7 left 2 or 3 rounds ago.
No, I said you were at about a dozen left. Anyway, that's how many are left.
Okay.
Because I've been using their HP pool to calculate it, so.
That is. Don't worry, Brav, I am not angry.
Okay.
I'm just disappointed.
Got it.
At myself for not listening to you properly earlier.
Don't worry, the end is in sight. So Luke, it is your turn now.
Can you guess what I'm going to try and do?
I think I
Is
can.
my candle still lit?
Yes, it's still lit.
Cool. So that'll be a 19.
Okay, go ahead and roll that damage.
And because I'm also within, they're also technically engaged with me, she gets the sneak attack on it as well.
That is true. Or, well, no, because they just attacked her. So they would be engaged with her now? Oh, wait, no, but they're engaged with both. You're right, yeah.
But
Yeah.
if
Yeah, that's how that
if they're
works.
counting as one enemy, right?
But
Huh?
you still get sneak attack because we're both fighting him at the same time.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't know why. I just completely forgot how sneak attack works. But yeah, that is how that works.
5, 7.
It's like flanking, sort of.
Yeah.
8?
Yeah.
Wait, you rolled 2 4s? Or wait,
No,
8?
she's that's the sneak attack damage as well.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, nice. Okay, e... okay. That is enough for you hold it up. I managed to ignite one of them. And when they catch on fire, they kind of freak out and jump up. Manage to hit another mid-air, and they both burn away.
Fabulous.
So it sort of spread a little bit that time before they disintegrated. Okay. At this point, there's like 3 left. Seeing like them being burned away by this candle, they're gonna make another attack against Luke. That's caught. Okay, what did you say? I don't know why I still can't remember your AC.
15.
15? Okay. So that will hit. I rolled super low. That'll be 2 damage for piercing and slashing, and 4 for poison.
Have you halved it already?
halved that?
No, that's not halved.
Cool. So 3 altogether.
Okay, yeah. If you'll uncanny dodge, then that'll be 3. Okay. What have you got, Jonah?
Oh, I evened it out. I rolled a natural 1 and a natural 20, and 19.
Nice. Okay.
So this should be plus 8. Cool. Fucking hell, that's quite good. 8, 10, 13 plus 7. That's 28 points of damage.
28 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Brother, can I ask you this, not just as a DM, but also as a friend? Should I spend this last psychic dice to try and finish them all off?
No. Okay, you managed to, you knock one of the remaining 3 unconscious, and Luke, it'll be your turn now.
Just one with 28 points of damage.
Yes.
I'm going on to the next birthday.
Look, I kind of have to round when I'm doing the numbers. Okay, you still did that amount of damage, but
just checking. Yeah.
I'm just having great fun. Like I've got daggers, I've got a rapier, I've got a bow, and yet I'm running around with what is in my head like a little scented tea light, trying to set fire to these things, which in my head are just saber-toothed cats. Yeah, that's an 8. So
all right.
you know how you're trying to catch a cat to put it in a carrier to take to the vet, and it just it doesn't seem to move, but it's never where you put the hands. That's what I'm imagining in my head.
Okay. At this point, I'm gonna.
I'm not.
The remaining 2. Yeah, the remaining 2, actually are going to, make a run for it. Mm-hmm.
Can we?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can, make, an attack of opportunity. Luke, you, I think, already used your reaction on Uncanny Dodge.
Yes.
so you won't be able to. But Jonah, so if you want to make...
Wait, no, wouldn't I have used that reaction last turn?
But it oh yeah, that's true. So it's when it gets to her go again, then the
round.
reaction, she gets a reaction back.
I thought she would get it back on her turn.
Yeah, she's just had her turn.
Yeah, and then I hit.
So
I did.
Yeah. My last reaction was on their turn last round, and this is their turn again.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I understand now. Yeah, so you will. I don't know what I was thinking. Like, use the reaction on your turn, but that's not how reactions work. I'm just dumb. Yeah. So you can both get an attack of opportunity.
I got 9 points of damage, non-lethal.
And then Luke, if you want to make an attack of opportunity with your candle.
Which D20 do I use? This one. So it would be a 17.
All right, that'll hit.
Cool. And that'll just be the D4. That won't have sneak, won't it?
D4.
You still have sneak because they were engaged with both of us when they ran away.
Oh yeah. You will still have sneak. I'm sorry.
$12.
Okay. So, Jonah, you managed to catch one of them on the way out, sort of slapping it with the edge of your scimitar into the sand, knocking it unconscious. Luke, catching the remaining one, managing to hold the candle up to its arm and burning it away. So that was the last of them. There's still, like, a bunch of unconscious gremlins littered across the beach that Jonah had taken out. And then a few of them that had been burned away, including the queen.
Can I please turn to Luke, put a hand on her shoulder and say, Luke, here's me thinking that you'd forgotten it was my birthday. And then I blow out the candle.
I just wordlessly hand him another candle and I light it for him.
Oh, I'll go pick up the torch that we threw earlier. Don't worry. I like it big. And then we get to work, I imagine, setting fire to all these fuckers.
Here I was, sat here being like, we've gone through the whole game and you haven't made a cock joke yet.
No, I didn't mean for that to be a penis joke, and I apologise for the fans who tune in for my penis jokes.
So yeah, I feel like, just to be sure, we should probably, burn these innocent animals alive whose island we just trespassed on.
I feel that's the British way.
Oh my god!
Oh wow. Wow. Yeah, so you guys spend the next few minutes going around igniting the gremlins that hadn't been burned away yet. There are a few that had regained consciousness, but aren't really mobile, so you didn't have to worry about any of them attacking you or anything like that. Eventually, after a few minutes' work, you managed to burn all of them away, as a light breeze sort of scatters the dust and ash across the beach.
Now let's go and celebrate the rest of my birthday with red wine.
Are we gonna try and find some oars?
I'm bleeding quite profusely.
Okay.
Are there any oars lying around?
like bamboo shoots or something that we can fashion into.
There.
Or at least we made it safe for time, presumably, unless we're about to get attacked again.
They can fucking go and find some oars. We just killed a whole bunch of stuff. We could kill 30 gremlins.
Yeah, and I mean, the tavern is now safely up against the island. Presumably, there's some kind of food there. Someone will see it in the morning.
And let me just say, if you are a tavern on a boat and you don't have some sort of oars in the tavern, then you're fucking idiots.
Okay, so, yeah, so I'm assuming you guys return into the Jazzy Bee.
politely knock on the door.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'm probably propping you up.
Yes. One hand, using my scimitar, double-bladed scimitar, as a staff on one hand.
Yeah.
You hear Michael from the other side of the door.
Who is it?
What's the password?
We've killed the beasts and would like some alcohol now, please.
You see the door crack open slightly, and you can see Michael kind of peeking through, and he's like, "Really? You did it? You actually killed them all?"
Were you not watching from the window? I presume it looked like some dope shit.
I was trying to, but it was kind of dark, and I did see you guys using the fire, but I didn't.
We blew them right up.
I proudly brandish my candle.
Ah, yes.
Well, I'm sorry. And he opens the door quickly. I'm sorry. Come in. Come back in.
I didn't say this earlier, but it is my birthday today as well.
Well, in that case, let's get this man some drinks.
Thank you.
And then
I might
there's,
need to sit down.
A very sound like huzzah from the crowd as the sort of like the fears sort of melt away and get very noisy again as people kind of just go back to their normal drinking and pretty much drink the bar dry that night.
Whilst we sit very politely in the corner just by ourselves.
Yeah, you've got a cup of tea.
No, it's red wine.
Oh,
We've got all the red wine.
Yeah. Sipping it very, very slow. There is tea if you want. I did actually have to. I was like last week. I made a bunch of drinks, so I was like, James is probably gonna ask, so I have to prepare drinks again.
I deliberately did not. I deliberately just asked for red wine. Well, rosé.
And then I was like, hey, I have a wet wine drink.
No. But yeah, did they actually pay us like they said they were going to?
Oh, yes. Yeah, the Jazzy, the barkeep, does have some money prepared. So he scrapped up 100 gold coins for you, each.
Ooh. Each? Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
And free drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And then I turn to Luke as we sip our wine with our gold and look around at every people who are probably ignoring us and say, "This really is the best birthday I've ever had."
I make this the affectionate little like kisses, like the budgie. In my head, like I know she's a crow, but she's a budgie. She's a talking budgie.
All right. So you guys celebrate your victory in the Jazzy Bee. Once the sun finally comes up, a lot of people passed out. The few villagers that are still half sober go out and just kind of like give the tavern a shove back toward the town. It kind of drifts off course, but manages to wash back up on shore after like an hour. And they just kind of like grab the ropes and tow it back. Eventually getting it back after probably way more work than it needed to be.
Love it.
Yeah. So
like everyone hung over doing that. Imagine that.
Yeah, definitely. Probably almost let it drift away a few times.
Oh god.
And then so returning back, you guys, the two of you, Jonah and Luke Pluck, continue off on your adventures. As the camera pans away, and then down into the water, and just as you can see under the docks, just a peak, just a little fuzzy creature holding on, having crawled out of the water and up the docks. That'll be the end of tonight's one shot.
I fucking forgot about the first one.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I was holding on to that ever since you threw that one in the water.
I saw that like happiness in your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You
Bravo! Fucking bravo!
I was like, I have to cut it out. I have to be cinematic about it. All right. Yeah. So like I said, that's the end of the one shot. I was definitely worried that it like there was a good chance it could have gotten out of hand. So I'm good. Like props to you two for being able to manage that, especially since I was planning this for 3 players.
Well, I'm just glad that this character had a higher intelligence than my normal characters.
Yeah, that definitely helped, especially with that the telekinesis thing.
Yeah, no, that was very lucky. I like it that those bits we both rolled the natural 20 on that attack.
Yeah, that was so cool. Like that, like there's no way I can't go with rule of cool. Like obviously I was gonna allow that anyway, but I mean that made it very easy for me to say like, you know, you guys both were like extremely precise about this, so of course you're gonna be able to pull it off.
Perfect duo. Like I imagine like a kind of a series kind of of this.
We should bring this pair back.
Oh, Brandon is in chat. Welcome, Brandon. The one shot just ended.
Just in time.
It has been a while. So anyway, since we're done with our one shot, let's go ahead and wrap things up. So I want to go ahead and allow you two to have like your closing thoughts and plug yourselves again. So James, if you'd like to go first.
Cool. Firstly, thanks, Bravin, for a fun one shot with us two dickheads. But thank you everyone to watching as well. If you want to check out more of me and Nunny, we are regulars. Well, I run it a bit on Dragon Wheels 00 on Twitch. We do one shots that aren't necessarily D&D one shots. We do lots of random stuff like Monster of the Week or Mutants and Masterminds, or just random one page one shots that we found, like Jason Statham's Big Vacation and all sorts of random stuff like that. And on Thursdays we do a kind of a regular campaign set in the Retroverse. So if you get a chance, then give us a follow and check us out.
Yeah, and as before, you can definitely drop that in the chat, and you can always plug yourself in the Discord server as well. Also, just as a little aside, thank you, Brandon, for redeeming Timeout Brandon. I hope you enjoy being timed out for probably the rest of the stream. I'm glad that finally got to get used, and it was Brandon using it on himself, and he can't say anything about it. Alright, but yeah, James, it's always a pleasure. I always love to have you on. It's always a blast for me. Definitely not a difficult person to play things off of and make these super entertaining for me.
Thank you.
So thank you. And then Nani, if you'd like to go ahead and talk about your stuff again.
Yeah. God, that was so much fun. I always love sort of. I love being on these streams. They are 110% worth staying up for. Yeah, so I am Nani. I am a theatre maker in Edinburgh, but I am working towards making more of my stuff available for streaming. If you are not a person in Edinburgh, if you want more information about that, I'm going to post my Twitter in the chat. There's not much going on at the moment because all of Scotland is currently shut down. But when it opens up a bit again, there will be theatre and stuff happening. So if you like horror, if you like theatre, you like dorks, then you can follow me there. And also, I'm on Dragon Wheels as well on Sundays and Thursdays. So.
Awesome. Thank you to those of you out there. If you haven't already, make sure that you give her a follow over on Twitter, so that way you can see her stuff there. Hopefully, the world will improve this year so that we can get back into the theater stuff, because man, we've been in quarantine for a long time at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks to you for returning again for another week. I think, is this your third or fourth week in a row that you've played?
Third in a row.
Third in a row, yeah, and then your fourth time on overall. So yeah, you're always welcome on. But I mean, if you ever want to take a break, obviously there's definitely no obligation. But yeah, I love having you on. You're a fantastic player. It's always a blast, and yeah, so thanks again for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, always. And then to everyone in the chat, thanks for coming and hanging out with us per night. If you haven't already, consider dropping a follow so you can get notifications when I go live again. I go live every Monday and Thursday are my scheduled streams at 7 p.m. EST on both of those days. Mondays, I usually do some world building, map making, other solo stuff that I come up with in my weird brain. And Thursdays is always an original one-shot, just like this one, that has some kind of interesting gimmick or rule or theme or something like that. So I have a bunch of ideas, so I imagine I'll be able to keep this up for quite a while before I run out. Hopefully that day never comes, but I've managed to make it this far. Also, if you want to see anything that I've ever done, all of my past one-shots, I think at this point I'm around like 20 of them that I've done. So they're all archived on my YouTube channel, so you can check them all out there, watch them in any order that you want. Check out, which ones you think are more interesting or not. Every single stream is archived over on YouTube. If you want to hear interesting things that I have to say, get stream announcements, hear about new projects I'm working on, you can follow me on Twitter. And if you really want all that inside information, or you actually want to come onto the show and play, then the Discord server is the best place to be for that. So there's tons of places where you can find me. So yeah, consider dropping a follow or joining in any of those. Other than that, like I said, my next stream will be next Monday, so look forward to that, and I hope everyone has a fantastic Thursday night, or for some of you, Friday morning at this point, and a fantastic weekend as well. So, yeah, have a good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.